What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF, back one time for your mind. Welcome to the OBF the Network, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF, the real Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. All right, people, let's get into it real quick, man. Do a quick show. I gotta get my ass up for work tomorrow. I just got off for work a while ago, but it is what it is. Um, So Donald Trump is out this bitch stealing our money, man. Like, he's literally stealing our money. And he doing some other shit. Like, this motherfucker is really like really like stealing. He's literally stealing. He's not even like hiding this shit anymore. He's trying to like cover it up with some weird ass shit. Yo, it's crazy. Let's just get into it. Like, this dude, there's so much, excuse me, so much shit that he doing. It's crazy. Okay, there we go.
Amazing. All the way from Sesame Street, we got Burt back on the panel, along with the long-lost Hanson brother. Let's get into this segment, and we'll talk about it.
The president's controversial fund to pay allies, including January 6th rioters, may be on the brink. Sources tell CNN tonight that his allies are urging him to kill the $1.8 billion fund that intends to compensate people that he claims were wrongfully prosecuted. Whether the administration wants something in return for that, like, for example, immigration enforcement money, remains to be seen. But this comes as a federal...
Listen, let me just say something. This whole 1.8 something billion, right? First, I'm going to tell you, like, how, like, Trump be pushing his luck of doing certain shit, but he just be really... He really be pushing his luck to do shit. Shout out to my brother LT in the middle. What up, L? Well, that's what the fuck they get. That's what they get. They voted for this shit. I'm with you. I'm still grinding, doing what I'm doing. Listen, I just keep people updated to what the fuck is going on in the world, or in the government, or what Trump is kind of like motherfuckers is going on, so motherfuckers know what's going on. But I hardly pay politics any fucking like, or like, I hardly pay shit any attention anymore, because it's just like nothing. Whatever he does is not going to shock me. Just like this shit, it doesn't shock me. You know what I mean? Like, Trump don't give a fuck. He on his bullshit. No, it's all good. But what the fuck was I saying? It don't matter. Let's go back a little bit. Well, hopefully it'll pop up back in my head.
Executed. Whether the administration wants something in return for that, like, for example, immigration enforcement money.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. First, Trump was going to use federal money and shit, which is our money that's already in the government. It's like a slush fund or some shit. Some money that's probably already that he can use, right? But it's authorized for something else. And then when he got pushed back from that, then now he's asking Congress to pass it, because he knew it was going to be, number one, is unconstitutional. Number two, you're basically you're trying to steal money, right? Like, he's trying to, like, it's weird shit that he's trying to do. But the other thing is, Trump is literally he struck a deal. There's some type of deal he did with the IRS that where he wasn't going to sue them or some shit like that, to where the point that it was crazy, because he sued the IRS and won money, like one money. He settled this shit. It's his own government, right? So he got his own people in place to basically allow them, make them settle shit, right? Or he was threatening to fire these people if they didn't do it, and he would have put his own people in that place, and they did it anyway. It's like the DOJ. They don't supposed to be doing certain shit that they doing with Trump, but that's why the DOJ. It's like at this point with the DOJ, you can't even trust the FBI because the shit is corrupt. Because Trump is just, he got corrupt people in there. They just doing whatever the fuck he want them to do. So yeah, but yeah, he struck a deal of some shit like he what's the name? He can't they can't he can't, what's the name? Fucking cat on some bullshit. Nigga greedy. He be like just fucking eating like a fucking Tasmanian devil, and then this nigga wind up throwing the food up because he ain't swallowing it. Because the nigga just greedy. The other nigga hardly eat. And then this nigga, he just greedy for no apparent reason and shit. I'm sick of cleaning up fucking cat spit up and shit. And gotta bleach the floor and shit, man. This nigga, man. Whole extra job with this nigga. Cat's supposed to be like, you ain't got to worry about him that much. I mean, I don't even worry about my dog like that. I just, give him his food, give him some water, and go outside. And they cut his hair. Well, I don't cut his hair. My wife cut his hair. And then there you go, be good. It's that nigga back there, man. Every time you turn around, you gotta clean up after this nigga, man. Don't do too much. Then he be trying to be sneaky and shit. Like, nigga, stop eating like that, man. Eat a little bit and get the fuck away from it. I let him eat a little bit, and then I hit the taser thing, give him a little beat. Get the fuck away from it. It's enough. Greedy, man. Anyway, shout out to my brother Bell in the building. What up, brother Bell?
To be seen, but this comes as a federal judge just dropped a big surprise. She is reopening the IRS deal that sparked all of this. And you'll remember that Trump earlier this year sued the IRS for $10 billion over the leak of his tax returns. In exchange for dropping that suit, the fund was created and the agency was forever banned from investigating.
Yeah, you hear that crazy shit? Yo sued the IRS for $10 billion. He said, look, to settle it, you can't audit none of my business. You can't look at none of my taxes anymore. Yo, who the fuck gets away with that? Like, yo, we could never do no shit like that. Like, then I'm thinking to myself, I ain't even gonna say that. Because the IRS, like I said, Trump is running all that shit. Like, that shit is crazy, yo. How the fuck you sue them for $10 billion? Then y'all come to a settlement. You drop the lawsuit, basically come to a settlement to the point that where they can't look at your taxes anymore in life at all. Like, even when he died, because he's still gonna have businesses and shit running through his kids and shit. So it's crazy, bro. Yeah, I'm glad the judge took that shit back up. Like, hold on, nigga, this don't even sound right. That's like one of us suing the IRS because something happened, they fucked up or something, and the settler would say, look, we'll drop the lawsuit if you don't look at my taxes anymore. What? First of all, they gotta look at your taxes because of the simple fact that, first of all, it doesn't even make any sense in a way. How the fuck they don't not be able to look at his taxes if he want tax returns back? If he filed taxes, would they don't supposed to look at it at all? Is that what he's saying? Like, this nigga is crazy, bro. This nigga Trump is crazy, man.
Past taxes. Now, after a bipartisan group of former judges urged her to investigate, this judge is demanding that Trump's lawyers actually prove that he didn't collude with his own government in order to reach a deal.
Of course,
It is such a clever arrangement to sue the government that you run in order to maybe get that thrown out and then get something else in exchange. But to me,
First of all, and then, like I said, this shit is strange anyway, because let him leave office and sue the government and see if they settle that shit for $10 billion. They won't even settle for $10 billion. He might not get shit. And you talking about they can't look at your taxes anymore. What? First of all, it's impossible. What are you just saying? You can just file taxes and they just don't look at it and give you a tax return? Like, that shit don't even make any sense, bro. I don't even know. I ain't even gonna say I don't know how. I know how it happened because Trump is basically colluding with the fucking IRS and he's most likely scaring them people, or he got people in there already. And I believe he does got somebody that's already in there. So, yeah, I'm not shocked. I told you I'm not shocked about nothing Trump does anymore.
What about the politics of this situation, that people in the White House, that Trump's allies are urging him, maybe even pressuring him to get rid of that whole $1.8 billion fund because it is so politically toxic. And in the words of some Republicans,
first of all, it's not even just, listen, I told you he did it. He was trying to do it first without Congress, unconstitutional. He knew that. He knew he would have lost that shit. Right? Now he's pressuring the mega Republicans in the Congress to pass the bill. And they telling them like, nah, like this shit don't look good. However way you want to twist and turn this shit. Like, it doesn't look good. It just don't, the fuck. And then mind you, if they pass from what I understand, we won't know who this money is going to. If they don't want to, if they don't want to let nobody know who's getting this money, we won't know. So this shit could go to child predators from January 6th. Like, well, all the fuck we know. We don't know. But anyway, let's move on. Shit is crazy.
Yeah, as a conservative, it made me a bit uneasy. And a lot of common sense conservatives looked at that fund and they said, okay, this is an oddly arbitrary yet specific $1.776 billion that basically asks taxpayers to refund alleged victims of the government over the past. And
first of all, the shit don't look good, sound corrupt, sound like some shit that Trump trying to steal money to give to his people. If they really felt that the government somehow targeted them in the wrong way and they got evidence to prove that shit, people, we already got laws for that. They can sue the government. They can already sue the government. With how it's set up is they can come with a claim, show whatever they show. They may ain't got to pay their lawyer shit, right, to sue. Because you know when you sue or somebody sue you, right, even just going to court period, you have a lawyer, your lawyer is charging you. But in this case, you fuck around, you might need a lawyer just to put some shit together to come up with a proposal or showing how the government somehow, some way fucked your life up or whatever. You know what I mean? Like injustice or some shit, right? And then you can get rid of your lawyer after that. You ain't gonna pay him no more. And then you might, it look like how they got it set up, full panelists, people say, okay, yeah, give them the money. Like Michael Flynn can go and sue the government knowing this nigga got convicted. 'Cause he 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 got convicted of whatever the fuck he did. I can't remember exactly what he did. I think he colluded with Russia. Some crazy shit happened. And he can go sue because Trump pardoned him. That don't mean shit. You got felt guilty. But anyway, let's move on. This bitch, never mind. Let's move on. I can't stand Trump supporters.
Fund, and they said, okay, this is an oddly arbitrary yet specific $1.776 billion that basically asks taxpayers to refund alleged victims of the government over the past. And the other problem is that it wasn't congressionally authorized, which is, in essence, that's a problem for checks and balances and separation of powers.
Listen, you know what's really bothering me about this shit too? Because I make it racial too. I'm gonna make it racial because this really bothering me. Black people, we've been asking for reparations for decades now. Almost damn near at least 100 years. And all we get is what they say they be doing. We gotta look at the studies. They pass a policy for studies. Let's study this. That's all we get. But somehow, some way, Trump just come in this motherfucker and just never mind. That's what's bothering me, people. How is these people getting reparations over black people? You know how many black people, and how much y'all want to bet if some black person from the hood or that ain't Republican, I guarantee you they probably they try to file for this money or something. Just say it passed or whatever, right? Which I highly doubt, right, in Congress. And black people go that got unjust by the federal government. How much y'all want to bet that we won't get that shit? We won't get approved for it. But anyway, let's move on.
That this was meant for January 6th rioters or cronies of the president and his allies. Well, not necessarily just that, right? I'm not going to sit here and say that there were.
And let me say this too. It's not shocking. But for some weird ass reason, these mega people, if they know or they don't know, this dude is literally at this point ruining the deficit right now is sky high. Like this motherfucker didn't put 50, 60, 100 trillions or 100 billions, however you want to look at it, in the debt. And he only been in there for a year and a half, bro. Come on, man. But like I said, it doesn't shock me because, like I said, Trump, number one, he don't know how to run a business. He doesn't. Listen, people talking about he's not a businessman. Nobody supposed to get bankrupt over 8 fucking times, bro. And the only thing that saved him really was that reality show. And then he ran for president and somehow won. And then his pockets started getting fatter. Like this, believe it or not, he's in debt right now with states. Even though it's supposed to be government funded and shit. Nah, man. I can get deep in shit, but this nigga Trump is the worst businessman ever. He's a businessman. He's not a great businessman. You can't be great of a businessman when you get bankrupt 8 times. That shit don't even make any sense. How are you great as a businessman and you got bankrupt 8 times? Listen, I can understand too. But I can understand too. One, okay, that happens to anybody. No matter if how wealthy you are, it doesn't matter. It happens to everybody, right? But the second time, I get it. Maybe you mismanaged money. Maybe motherfuckers took advantage of you. Maybe what you invested in, you thought was gonna be big, ain't get big, right? Like it ain't pop. That's understandable. After the second time, bro, come on, man. It ain't even 3 strikes with that shit. It's 1 and 2. First time, that's everybody. Don't matter who you are. No matter how wealthy you are. The second time, come on, bro. You ain't learned from the first time? Come on, bro. You want to get 2 times. This nigga go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on, man. Nah, you're not a good businessman. Let's move on.
And that this was meant for January 6th rioters or cronies of the president and his allies. Well, not necessarily just that, right? I'm not going to sit here and say that there were no victims of the Biden administration.
First of all, the problem, her problem is what she said. She said, oh, it ain't just going to be them. It's going to be others. The problem is we won't know that. We won't know if they don't want to put that information out or who they settling and giving this money to. We won't know. That's the whole purpose of the policy that he's trying to push. Come on, man. Let's move on.
And that this was meant for January 6th rioters or cronies of the president and his allies. Well, not necessarily just that, right? I'm not going to sit here and say that there were no victims of the Biden administration, because there were, whether it was parents who were branded as domestic terrorists by the FBI, probed, prosecuted potentially for protesting radical curricula in the classroom, or traditionalist Catholics.
First of all, if you are out there threatening teachers, you're literally, listen, first of all, people, you know what's really bothering me about stupid ass right-winger people and these fake ass Christians and shit, religious people. I'm gonna say fake religious people. It don't matter what religion you are or that you believe in. You fake whatever religion you believe in. All these fake ass religious people. Listen, how are you protesting some shit? Let's take your kid out the goddamn school. Listen, people, I always said this. If my daughter is not learning, right? If I feel like my daughter's not learning, I feel like whatever, right? Like she been, the school ain't doing what it's supposed to do, or I feel the school is pushing my daughter in a certain type of way that I don't want her to be pushed to learn certain shit, or the behavior or the school atmosphere, right? Whatever, right? Take your fucking kid out to school. Put them in a private school. People, it is plenty of religious schools. The problem is that shit costs money. And these motherfuckers can't afford it, but they bitching and complaining about public school. That's why, listen, my honest opinion, I don't understand. Right? Like, if this shit never made any sense to me. If I pay for some type of religious school, I'm not paying for public school. Right? My kid is not going to public school. I'm paying for my kid to go to a religious school or private school, right? Why the fuck am I still paying taxes for schools? Why still some of my taxpayer money going to schools? Right? I should at least get a motherfucking tax, reduction or something. Like, you get what I mean? The tax reduction. Like, honestly, I think they need to put that in the tax bracket. If my kid is going to private school, why the fuck am I paying for my kid to go to, like, my kid ain't going to public school, why am I paying? Like, I understand that. That shit makes sense to me. I don't think if you taking your hard-earned money to send your kid to a private school, right? Extra money you could be using for something else, but you choose to take your kid to a private school. And my kid ain't going to no motherfucking public school. I need to get a tax reduction. I need to get something back, or I don't pay. You know what I mean? Some tax return, something back at the end of the year. Just from the taxes I'm paying for school, I want that shit back, and I don't want it taxed. Like seriously. Shit, fuck it. You know what? Go ahead and tax it, because I ain't greedy like that. But my whole point is, people, if you don't like what the schools are doing, take a little extra money, just like I would. Put my daughter, we thinking about taking her back to the private school that she was at, right? Now, it's up to my daughter, right? My daughter, you know, I told my wife, I like, even though the teacher said whatever they said or whatever, you know, I still let my daughter like have a say. Because if she happy, you know what I mean, and she learning, you know what I mean, I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? Social shit, I understand it. It's up and down with that. You're going to get interactions. Kids going to say bad shit to you and shit like that. Plus, my daughter, you know, autistic and shit. So, you know, they you know, she get fucked with here and there. But, you know, that happens. That's life. Right? But I'd rather my daughter had to say, I'm not just going to make that decision. Teachers just say some shit and then me and my wife like, all right, we do that. Like, nah. You know, sit down with my daughter. See if she want to go back to it. But that's only if she want that. Right? Her say means more than me and my wife. Right? Our shit is equal to her say, probably, you know, I don't know. It's I ain't gonna say it's weird, but you know, I let my daughter make that decision. She might want to stay. She got friends and shit. You know what I mean? And kids is very, very like particular when they, you know, of leaving their friends and shit. I seen kids cry when they graduate from elementary schools and shit like that, and knowing that they ain't gonna see these same people in middle school. I seen kids do that. They friends. You know what I mean? They might not hang out every fucking day, but they come to school every day. You know what I mean? But you might say they hang out down there every day, 5 days a week. You know, but it is what it is. But my whole point is, if you got a problem with the fucking school, just take your fucking kid out of the fucking school. There's plenty of religious schools. You don't see people protesting religious schools. You get what I'm saying? You don't see that shit. But like I said, these people, they was literally going to these schools, terrorizing kids and teachers with their fucking protesters, threatening teachers and shit. That's not a protest. They wasn't peacefully praying protest. This bitch, she just be lying. But anyway, let's move on.
The president and his allies, well, not necessarily just that, right? I'm not going to sit here and say that there were no victims of the Biden administration, because there were, whether it was parents who were branded as domestic terrorists by the FBI, probed, prosecuted potentially for protesting radical curricula in the classroom, or traditionalist Catholics who were targeted by the FBI.
First of all, another thing, you cannot, no government, it's almost like Trump and them tried to do with Petty and I forgot the lady name, the white lady, I forgot her name. It'll come to me out there in Minnesota that they killed. Tried to turn them into terrorists. Said that it was terrorists. People, you have to prove that. You can charge motherfuckers all you want. You can say whatever the fuck you want. But if the government got to prove that. So if somehow these people got convicted of this shit, excuse me, I don't know what to tell you. And people, if certain Muslims like Al Qaeda and people like that, people that's Muslims, that's a religion. If some of these people can get radicalized by what's the word I'm looking for? Like they can misrepresent the religion and turn it into some radicalized terrorist shit. So can Christians. So this whole notion, you know, or Catholics, it don't matter. But some people can get radicalized by religion. We have seen it before. The motherfuckers on them ranches and shit. Them cults. That shit is built off religion. The motherfuckers was terrorists using religion. Come on, man. So, no. I mean, Christianity and shit. They like, come on, man. The KKK. Racist white people, slave owners. They use religion to terrorize the black people in the country. They enslaved us. Like, so, no, yes. Like, I don't understand why, like, this, all of a sudden we're in 2026, like, oh my God, people can't use religion and be terrorists. Like, sir, Christianity, what? It's already happened already. The Klan is basically a domestic terrorist group. And we know they use Christianity. For all they hate bullshit. Come on, man. What they trying to do is justify racism and hate. That's all they trying to do. And then try to hide behind religion like we ain't, like a lot of us ain't educated enough or know history that the Klan and all the slave owners, all the political people that was in the government was religious nuts. Christians, so-called Christians. And they was discriminating against black people. Jim Crow, like, I mean, real life, name it all. They use Christianity to justify their bullshit. You hear them now. That's just the times how it was. Well, them Christians, they weren't Christians then. Was they Christians? Was Christopher Columbus a Christian? I mean, was these people religious or not? Come on, man. Let's move on.
For simply having Orthodox views on their religion, those who are praying silently. You know, there's a lot of potential victims who could ask for.
Potential, yes. Potentially, you once had a brain. Potentially. These people are just vile. They were just peacefully protesting, but branded as domestic terrorists for no reason, which, guys, Trump, Pam Bondi just did this with ICE. But those parents were sending death threats to the schools and teachers. She's such a damn liar. Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Did you say people were...
Shout out to my Latino brother. Listen, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. These people, this woman is trying to like downplay what these people did. And mind you, this is the same playbook they did in the civil rights era, the Jim Crow era, the red line era, slavery era. They have tried to justify hate and oppressing people through religion. They literally did that. And now we're in 2026 and they trying to repeat the same bullshit. You can't send death threats to a goddamn school and threatening teachers. Come on, man. It's like going to a movie theater and start saying, I'm gonna blow this bitch up. Come on, man. People gonna look at it like They're gonna take that shit literally. So if you on the internet sending emails through the internet, threatening these teachers, talking about what you're gonna do to them. Come on, man. Let's move on. Can I?
Yes,
Can you bring Daddy 2 beers out there, please?
Dad.
Yeah.
I gave it to your wife in the past year. I and she wants me.
Okay, before you go up there, just pass me 2 beers out of there. Out the refrigerator. Yeah,
So I good?
yeah, please. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Daddy, I'll get your beer, 2 beers. Here you go.
Thank you.
No problem.
Silently praying? Could you imagine, guys? Just think about that. People silently praying. What, you just snatched them up? This is the first time you're hearing about this. These people's brain at this point, guys, is just mush. So many lies and conspiracies, I think, have been fed to conservatives over the years. I really don't think they can see real from fake anymore. They're completely delusional. What the hell is she talking about? Silently praying? You got snatched up and arrested or something? What are you talking about?
Or recourse.
Listen. A part of that was the problem with the internet. Like I told you, it's a good thing, but people use it for bad. A lot of people use it for bad reasons, and that's why the you know, being on the internet and being on social media is toxic. People just lie, make up stuff. You get what I mean? Like I told you, the internet is making average people that nobody would know or give a fuck about just say whatever they want to say on the internet. Right? Like, I wouldn't have a problem with people reaching out. You know how people just do normal stuff on social media. You know, they show what's going on in their life. They having fun. Like, you get what I mean? Special occasions, you know. Even when it comes to they losing somebody, I have no problem with that. But for people to create channels to make up conspiracy theories or create a channel to lie to people, it's like people are literally like creating cults. You get what I mean? So like, it's just fucking the internet up. That's why I don't be on social media. Like, I don't listen. People only have a YouTube and a Facebook, and I guess Messenger. You call that, you know, that what that is. But I use all that. All that is for a reason, right? But I'm not on none of that other shit. Ain't on TikTok. I don't be on Facebook like that. I just don't. Like, I don't Instagram and Twitter and all that shit. Shit is honestly, my honest opinion, it's a waste of energy. But the other part is it's too toxic. And I like my peace. Right? Like, I like my mental peace. I don't want to be dealing with people saying bullshit. Bad enough we'll get trolls and shit come up in the chat and say all types of fuck shit. You get what I mean? So just imagine you on that shit 24/7. People just disliking everything you say. Just cause. They ain't really hearing what you're saying. They just want to disagree with you to gaslight you just, you know, for their own evil reasons. Like, you know, I just can't be on that shit. That's all I'm saying. I don't get that shit, that type of energy.
They're completely delusional. What the hell is she talking about? Silently praying? You got snatched up and arrested or something? What are you talking about?
Or recourse from the federal government. And there's something called a judgment fund, which is what this was derived from. And that goes back to early founding America. So I agree that the price tag is exorbitant, and the fact that it's
judgment fund, but it goes back from the beginning of the times, but black people still ain't got reparations. Why is that? Since that shit always exists. It's all bullshit, man. Never mind. Let's just move on. This shit just ridiculous.
In 2028 is suspicious, right? Because it's right as Trump is on the way out, which doesn't pass the smell test. But there are victims of the last administration who, yeah, I mean, they deserve recourse. They deserve potentially some sort of appeal.
Well, look, let's think about this. Okay, fine. Now, James Comey and Letitia James, basically, Trump basically weaponized the government for them to create charges. Shit, we hear even with Don Lemon, like how they're weaponizing. They really weaponizing the fucking the grand jury shit, right? Like he taking it to the extreme. So we come to find out they're lying on shit, and they not like it's bad enough they ain't giving. In a grand jury, you don't have to like the defense don't even have defense. They be there, but they can't present nothing, right? Just say that, right? So that's already some bullshit. Now you're talking about the fucking federal government is just creating shit to the grand jury. Like it's a lot of scam shit Trump doing. But my whole point is, so James Comey and Letitia James got their cases thrown out. Now, could they go and get something in this fund? Which I highly doubt they will allow them. How much you want back? Because see, if I'm Letitia James and just say this shit passed. If I'm Letitia James and James Comey, out the gate, I'm first on the list. Or I'm going to be in that first 25 of weaponizing the government, the government taking advantage of me for that fund and see how that work out. I guarantee they don't get it. And we know Trump weaponized the government to do it. But anyway, let's move on.
There are victims of the last administration who, yeah, I mean, they deserve recourse. They deserve potentially some sort of appeal. And maybe that's not reparation.
Can I address that? I feel like the sidestep into the Biden administration, it's not a functional equivalent. I mean, this is where Americans, like, this is so easy for you not to do that. I not to pick on you, but these people beat up people, killed people, and beat up cops. What this is loyalty as an asset class. What this is the founding fathers were concerned that the king would sort of just, go run amok and use anything.
Shit, you know what? That means Rudy Giuliani, if I ain't mistaken, Rudy Giuliani and a couple of Trump henchmen that did some foul shit, they could file. I don't guarantee you they'll get it because of Trump. Like, this shit is weird, bro. And like I said, it shouldn't be. I don't give a fuck that Trump pardoned these people. He pardoned all the January 6 people. So we don't, at this point, you don't know who's bad or good at this point, or ones with the worst record or not, because he pardoned all of them. So now any one of them is very highly possible could get this shit. Could get the money if they pass it. Like, that's what they fell into. Like, they keep talking about how Biden and they use the government to go after certain people of Trump people. Like, bro, okay, fine. If that's the case, why didn't they sue the government now? I mean, at that time. Because they wouldn't have won. Think about it. Understand. It'd be so obvious corrupt, like, say Michael Flynn, Trump partner, and Michael Flynn sued the government with Trump in it. And then they go to, before they even get to the court, the shit filed, whatever. And then they just go ahead and cut a deal with him. The DOJ. Just like they did Trump, which is corrupt. And imagine that shit keep happening over and over with Trump people. At this point, you know this shit is corrupt. But they trying to, like, he trying to do it like Trump think he's slick. And he trying to get the mega Republicans in the Congress to pass this bullshit so it can somehow be legal. But it's corrupt. He's literally stealing. Listen, people, it ain't a whole bunch of evidence of Trump probably got caught up in the Epstein shit. First of all, we know him and Epstein hung out. We know it. Listen, this ain't a conspiracy. It's just a real factual opinion. Come on, man. We know Trump did some shit with Epstein. Come on, man. We know he like little girl, like young girls. Come on, man. Look at Melania Trump. Melania Trump is 50-something years old. Trump is 80. Come on now. You know he like young girls. Listen, I all told you. Always got an issue with old motherfuckers fucking with young people. I just don't like you. What the fuck groove you getting back? And most likely you gonna pop something. Like, you get what I mean? You gonna pop you some Blue Chews or something, Survivor. Get the fuck, right? No young person is gonna make you feel young. That shit gonna make you feel old. Especially in the sex department. Come on, man. You can't keep popping them motherfucking pills like that. Your heart gonna blow up. This nigga's crazy. Never mind. You know what? Hey, man. First of all, like I said, I don't know. I don't give a fuck how mature a young person is. You don't really have that much in common with a nigga that's that old. Like, listen, I'll be 45 this year. I really don't have that much in common with no fucking 25-year-old woman. On any level. Any level. She like different shit. I ain't trying to be out there going to clubs with her. Like, no. If I'm going to a club, I'm going to a club my age range. I'm not fucking around in no young clubs. Like, that's what I'm saying. There's levels to this shit. Come on, man. Listen, I don't give a fuck how much money you got. Yeah, if you got money as an old motherfucker, yeah, you can snatch anybody. Shit, you can get anybody. Any old, young, your age, any chick. You got money? Fuck. But you talking about, never mind. I listen, people. There's no disrespect to young females. We got nothing in common. Listen, only thing you can do for me, we fuck around here and then you give me some pussy. That's about it. Other than that, man, not hanging with you. Fuck out of here. Too old to fuck around with you. I gotta try to keep up with you and shit. Nah. First of all, I'm too old for that. I'm not trying to keep up with no motherfucking woman. My age, old age, I'm out of here. Yeah, come on, man. Young age, no, not doing that. Grown ass man, bro. Been through too much shit in my life to be trying to keep up with somebody, man. Come on, man. Nah, see you fucking with some young chick. Like, that shit don't even make any sense, bro. But yeah, but my point is, Trump, come on, man. We know that, right? But we don't, it ain't a lot. I guarantee it's not evidence of saying that Trump literally, they got evidence of he doing that shit. He's trying to, he was trying to protect his buddies And it's the same shit with this shit. He's trying to get his people some money, trying to get them, help them steal from the government, just like he doing. Like, this was always Trump playing when he came in. I talked about this shit. I say, yo, this nigga. Never mind. Let's move on. Like I said, none of this shit shocks me.
What this is the founding fathers were concerned that the king would sort of just, go run amok and use anything he could in order to control. What you have here, this isn't derived from the Judgment Fund because it's a political narrative fund. And it's weaponization, and where does it end? So then it's like, oh, I'm a victim of media misinformation. I want some money, okay? It's also incentivizes people to commit crimes. So, I mean, I can appreciate your point of view, but like, we don't always have to try to find the functional equivalent. And this is pretty black and white. Where we are now with criminals are.
Listen, first of all, you have laws for that. The problem is this makes it easier. Like, listen, if you shout out to my brother Game in the building. What up, Game? Terry, this nigga crazy. Terry say this nigga still from his own mama. Yeah, he will. Listen, but my point is, like, this is not even a conversation. I don't even know why Trump supporters want to even make this what it is. Like, but like I say, he sounds rational. He's trying to, like, go at them to get them to understand. Like, I don't know. He's basically saying, I don't know why you're trying to rationalize this shit. But to this guy, he sounds like he's fed up, but at the same time, you fed up mean, why are you explaining yourself to this woman? Why are you trying to convince her of some shit that if she knows wrong or she don't know is wrong, either way, you're not going to convince this woman to not continue to fuck with Trump, or defend him. I think these people gone. They in a cult. Or like I said, in a cult. Listen, a cult doesn't mean that they don't know they in a cult, right? If you're benefiting from a cult, right? You're part of some of the leaders in the cult, right? But you're benefiting. You know it's wrong. You get what I mean? Come on, man. Let's move on.
Leave our judicial system and get back on the street with probation. Now they leave with a 401k.
Or your party just
my fault. What I was saying, people, we have laws for this shit already. So it's not like it just makes it not easier, but it's almost like, is they really going through the proper channels to get this type of money? It's almost like cutting the justice system, cutting the judges and shit out of it. That's basically what it is. Usually when you sue somebody or something like that, or you sue the government, you gotta go through the judge. You gotta go through processes, through the judges, you gotta file shit. You just gotta file something, you ain't even gotta talk to a judge, don't even matter. They literally trying to create their own law enforcement, their own justice system. That's basically what this is. But anyway, let's move on. Shit ridiculous, man.
Where we are now with criminals are, they used to leave our judicial system and get back on the street with probation. Now they leave with a 401k.
Or your party just gives them.
Shut up, Bert. Guys, rioters in which he completely incited for those people to attack the Congress members because he lost the election and he knows he did. Guys, they had the noose outside ready to hang people.
And if that's the case too, then some of them Black Lives Matter people, listen, like I said, I'm telling y'all, it's not going to be like I said, listen, it's stupid to have this conversation, but like I'm just saying, if some Black Lives Matter, they wasn't out there getting violent and nothing. Like a lot of these people got charged with shit, got charges even dropped because they arrested people for trespassing or some crazy disorderly conduct, all types of shit. But they was arresting people for no apparent reason. So I guarantee you, if they try to file for this type of money, I guarantee you they won't win. They won't get the money. Like I said, never mind. Let's just move on. All this shit is corrupt, man. Like Trump is corrupt. And it's bad. And the crazy shit about it, the political people that know better knows that he's corrupt. But they're benefiting from him. That's why you get these people, these Trump supporters be on TV saying this dumb shit. They know he corrupt. They know this shit is corrupt. But they don't care right now because they're winning. And they want to be on the winning side. And they don't want to piss Trump off. They don't believe in a lot. Listen, even if they do believe in this bullshit, they corrupt. So they're trying to justify their own corruption. Let's move on.
Hey, Mike Pence, right? That was their chant. Could you imagine, again, if they got hold of any Democrat? I'll say this each and every damn time they bring this up. I mean, I don't think it can get any dirtier than what Trump is doing right now or trying to do. He already gave those idiots a pardon, all those pieces of garbage. And still, you hear the Hanson brothers still trying to find a way to soften the damage.
You know what? And the bad part about it, some of those people that he gave pardons to, they was already convicted of after they got out of jail. They wound up getting convicted of new charges, pedophilia, sexual molesting children. And he still pardoned them. Even the dead ones. The ones that had the shootouts with the police. He pardoned all of them. Like, that's how, like, this shit is crazy, bro. If you really break this shit down, this shit is crazy what Trump did with them pardons. He pardoned the people that got out of jail, committed crimes, with children and shit like that that's locked up now. He pardoned them when they was already arrested. A lot of them was already on a sex offender list. That's why a lot of them got the time they got. Because they was already criminals. What the fuck are we talking about? Come on, bro. Like, that shit right there, if just to say Biden did that, just he pardoned everybody that was from Black Lives Matter. Just pardon all of them. Right? And he didn't go through and see these motherfuckers as criminals, they pedophiles or whatever, right? And he did that. I wouldn't, man, get the fuck out of here. And if Democrats came out there to defend that shit, man, fuck you. I'll be disturbed by any Democrat that would defend that shit. But not MAGA. They make up anything. We're against it, but the motherfucker you voted for did it. And you still vote for him. You still support him. He literally did this shit. And then you sitting there acting like, I disagree with it. It doesn't matter. You got to put actions behind disagreeing. In some of these instances, right? In some of these situations, you just can't say, "Oh, I'm against that." It ain't no action behind it. So your words is hollow. It don't mean shit. And that's what these MAGAs always do. And that's why I say it's a waste of energy. It's a waste of time with these people, man. These people are bad human beings. They're disgusting. And when Hillary Clinton said that a lot of them MAGA motherfuckers is deplorables, she wasn't lying. I believe anybody fuck with Trump is deplorable. You still fuck with Trump? If you voted for Trump in his last election, you are deplorable. I don't give a fuck you changed your mind. He did some shit you don't like now. You still a deplorable piece of shit. Ain't nothing that Trump has done to piss you off that you didn't know he already was about or who he was. Fuck out of here.
The party of so-called law enforcement, right? These people are fascists. Law and order for you, but not for them. They just won't say it out loud.
Back into the community because they have cashless bail, letting criminals go back and forth, terrorize communities
There was conservatives here as well.
in this city.
It's the system, but that's a broader system that we can fix.
And
This
who's fixing it?
is just
Who's trying to
doling
fix
out
it?
money.
Not your party.
This fund doesn't even have someone to monitor it.
To go to your overall,
on the
I
Bible.
call it clever. I don't think it's clever.
Listen,
I think
first of all, listen. Yes, letting some of these people out that commit violent crimes, it depends. Because you can get charged with some shit and you have no background of being a violent person, but you caught some type of domestic charge or something like that with your woman or your man or whatever. Like, it's a dispute. And sometimes police officers do they overcharge. That happens in shit like that. So I get some of that shit, but if you was locked up for a violent charge and you get a bail, the next time you do that, nah, I got a problem with that. I got a problem with that. If you ain't learned your motherfucking lesson about something like very violent like that, and you just get out on your own no, fuck out of here with that. No. I'm sorry about that shit. I don't agree with that. But that's one thing. The other thing is you can't just keep locking people up for domestic violence, certain types of domestic violence and shit like that. Because somebody, listen, a man or woman can lie and say, oh, that person hit them. And the police, most likely, especially when it comes to a woman, they're going to take the woman's side without any evidence. Just because the woman said. She might not even have no bruises. Just because her saying it. That happens a lot. So, yeah. So, like I said, I go by case with that shit. But if people are already got some type of violent criminal record like that, you know, just because motherfucker get arrested with guns illegally, if ain't no, like, you know what I mean? Like, if ain't nobody got shot, killed with the gun, I don't think you're supposed to lock people, have people locked up, give them crazy ass bails like that for an illegal gun. How the fuck you think they got it? I mean, the system is fucked up. I ain't even gonna get into that. But anyway, let's move on.
Doling out money.
Not your party.
This fund doesn't even have someone to monitor it.
To go to your overall,
on the
I call
Bible.
it clever. I don't think it's clever. I think it's redressing a problem that was unprecedented. You have a
The
situation
part that I
in
said
which
was clever was Trump suing his own government and having his own appointed Justice Department determining whether or not to actually oppose
how did we
a
get
lawsuit
here?
against
We have the former
the IRS
Department
or
of
just drop the
Justice.
case so that he
Abby,
can get
we have the
$20
former
billion.
Department of Justice under President Biden go after the leading candidate for president on the opposite side, who then happened to win in a landslide victory, who then
First of all, no, he did not. No, he did not. And the crazy part about it is that they don't have any proof of that. Right? That's number one. You can say it every day, all you want, that Biden did that. You have no proof of that. Because if they did, Trump was running all that shit now. He'd have put it out by now. So we all know that's just some made up shit that y'all want to believe in because Trump told you that. Now, number two, Trump is a citizen. He literally knows the rules of taking classified documents. He knows the rules of you don't supposed to take that shit. He took it anyway. Then after he took it, Biden I didn't even say Biden. The Justice Department, they gave this nigga, he's the former president. They gave him chances, bro. Hey man, just bring the shit back. He kept I got it. I classified it. No, you didn't. You got to bring that shit back. Over and over again. For damn near a whole year. And then they finally went to go raid his shit because he was being uncooperative. He didn't, fuck that. I was the former president. I did that. Fuck y'all. They're like, what? All right, nigga, you a citizen now. And a lot of the crimes that they charged Trump with, he committed as a citizen, not as the former president. They gave him passes for being a former president. It's like they gave a pass to Biden. Biden found out, vice president. They found out that he had some shit he didn't know it was there, whatever. However you want to look at it. He lied, you say he lied or not. But when he found out about it, he sent the shit back. He called the FBI. He got his lawyers and shit to call the FBI. Not Trump. Then they thought when they raided this shit the first time, well, no, when he sent them shit the first time, right? They asked for he sent them the shit the first time. They thought they got all the shit. They kind of found out this motherfucker kept lying to him over and over again about what he had. Matter of fact, it was people in Trump orbit down there at Mar-a-Lago snitching on him. That he still had that shit. He was showing people classified shit. People that ain't classified to even look at that shit. Come on, bro. He was a citizen doing fuck shit. Now, mind you, if Trump was never the president, right? That Stormy Daniels shit was when he was running for president. He wasn't the president. A lot of that shit that finally came out years later where they sued him and whatever, or they did whatever they did, brought charges to him, that shit was evident. They couldn't fuck with him at the time. Right? The federal government wouldn't do it because he's a candidate. So they wouldn't do certain shit. Right? Then after that, he became president. Then after that, they came at him. They didn't fuck with him when he was the president. Listen, I always say this. I believe God put people, the high power, because, I believe it's a high power. Listen, God put people in, he allow us to go through shit to see how we deal with it. You know what I mean? Good or bad. Right? Like he put shit in front of us to see how we deal with it. See if our morals and shit, like, you know what I mean? It's like I ain't gonna say test, but it's almost like to see what you built like. Right? Listen, more than half of the country is fucked up. Like, y'all just let this shit slide with this dude. And then this dude in 2026 still defending this bullshit. We literally seen this nigga break laws. Literally. Ain't nobody weaponized no government against this goofy ass. His ass thought he was above the law. That's why he got charged with shit. This motherfucker ran a campaign of being a fucking lawless prick. In one. Remember Stephen A. Smith? Black people got a connection with Donald Trump. We do, you know, because just over him feeling like he been unjustified by the government. What? No, we don't. No, we don't. Listen, no disrespect to any white person that maybe got been unjustified by the justice system, by the federal government. Even then, you have no connection with black folks. We deal with this shit every day. Not once a day, not every other day, every day. So, no. Sorry. So when Stephen A. Smith said that dumbass shit, he took it from some right-winger, Trump in them. That's how you know this dude a piece of shit. Trump, all the shit that Trump got convicted for and the government came at him, it was his own doing. And he was a citizen. He was doing corrupt shit when he was a citizen. Not when he was, listen, they ain't even charge him for the shit that he was doing when he was the president. They couldn't. And they wanted to. Let's move on.
So that he
We
can get
have the
$20
former
billion.
Department of Justice under President Biden go after the leading candidate for president on the opposite side, who then happened to win in a landslide victory, who then
Go after him for
oversees
what,
the
Harrison?
Department of Justice.
What was
Fuck
he
that got
gone
to do with
after for?
anything.
Yeah.
And who's the president of the United States?
What was he?
Did anything
In your
stick?
words,
Did
what?
anything stick?
No, just let me ask you. What was President Trump
Now, mind you,
prosecuted for?
okay, fine. How about this? You mind you, because what they always said was Biden was so corrupt. He did a lot of corrupt shit, right? Democrats so corrupt. Why they not? Because he in control of the justice system, right? We all know Trump is in control of it. Why he ain't getting his attorney generals and shit to prosecute? They try to do certain people. But why you ain't go out to Biden? You have nothing on Biden. And I'm talking about fucking being the president. I'm talking about outside of him not being the president. Remember, he kept saying Barack Obama should be in jail and shit for the whole Russia shit, right? But he was the president. You get a pardon. I mean, you basically get asylum of they basically said if you the president, regardless you do criminal shit, other than I think if he did murder or some shit like or sexually assaulted the kid or something, that might be a little different. But other shit that he doing, that's why he ain't getting prosecuted. Trump doing all types of criminal shit. But if Barack Obama was corrupt and did all that Russia shit, why y'all ain't charging yet? Because you can't. The shit getting thrown out right away. The Supreme Court is corrupt. Ain't no way the president's supposed to be getting away with some of this shit that Trump is getting away with. But if Trump can get a pass, then Barack can get a pass. So the shit is irrelevant. But why they ain't charge him? Because they can't. I told you, these dudes are using the federal government because he's running it. And like I said, he's a hypocrite too. And then sits out there and they put out Barack Obama did this and Barack Obama did that. Prove it. Charge him. Charge him. Joe Biden this, Joe Biden, Crooked Joe. Charge him. You can't charge him because the same shit that's protecting you Immunity. I'm sorry, that's what it is. Immunity. The same shit. If you is if just say they are guilty of this, right? This is say you can't charge them. You can't charge Biden. He can't charge Barack Obama. He wanted to get Hillary. Why he ain't charge Hillary? She ain't the president. She wasn't the president when she so-called being corrupt. Charge her. You can't blame James Comey for this. You running the shit. Why y'all ain't charging? Because he has no fucking evidence. It's just made up conspiracy theories. For this dude to be so-called the tough guy, he like to play victim, don't he? They use the government against me. Or his minions come out there, just like they doing now. They went after Donald Trump. They weaponized the government. Yeah, all right. And then they try to play like, wait, look, he still won. He's still the president. All right, well, what y'all crying about then? He's still the president. What y'all crying about? Out of all that shit, his motherfucker dodged. Listen, Trump ass supposed to be in jail right now. But this country is so fucked up that they put this motherfucker, a lot of people put his ass back in office because they stupid. Don't tell me about policies. This is what, that last election in 2024 was not about no fucking policies. That shit was about racism, bigotry, and stupidity. That's all it is. Fuck out of here. Listen, people, that's like me saying, right? Oh, I used to be a Democrat, which I was, right? And somehow, some way, I let a party that's more corrupt, that I believe that's more corrupt and do corrupt shit than the party I used to be with. So I side with them. Like, that shit don't even make any sense. I ain't trying to prove no point to the Democrat Party. Get your shit together. Like I said, if it was Mitt Romney or something like that, I probably wouldn't have voted for Mitt Romney. Because they're Republican. I think Republicans are corrupt. Just like Democrats, but they worse than Democrats. Right? To me. Right? I wouldn't have voted for any one of them. I probably just voted independent, whoever the independent was. That's how bad the parties are. But you got this rogue, crazy, deranged movement of MAGA, and you telling me, all right, I'm not a Democrat. Yeah, I know Biden and they be doing some corrupt shit over there, Nancy Pelosi and all that. And they ain't looking out for black people like they're supposed to. But somehow, some way, I'm supposed to look at the right and think they anti-black, they anti-everything. And I'm supposed to give them a chance of what? To prove a point to the Democrats? No. Listen, I said this. If you want to prove a point to the Democrat Party, black people don't vote at all. But for us to give the Republicans our vote, listen, morally that shit don't even make any sense. But the other part is what that is, if you vote for the Republicans, then they think they, what the fuck they do for black people? I just want to know. I just genuinely want to know. You can't be different over there. You got to be Christian, very religious. Like, you got to, you know what I mean? You got to kiss the ring of Republicans. Like, I'm not doing that. If the Democrat Party, y'all telling me that's so bad, then why would I go over there and do that with the Republicans? And they don't give you shit. We say Democrats take us for granted, they give us crumbs. Okay, at least we getting crumbs. Over there, you ain't getting shit. Unless you commit to a cult. And that's just not MAGA, that's Republicans. Because all they do is throw religion in your face. Fuck out of here. Listen, I don't have to be religious or anything like that or Christian to have morals and principles. Your religion don't get to dictate my morals and principles. If I got them, I got them. If I don't, I don't. But your religion don't get to dictate that. Anyway, let's move on. These people are unbelievable. Can't make this shit up, though.
Go after him for what,
The
Harrison?
Department of Justice.
What was he gone after for?
Yeah.
Who's the president of the United
What
States?
was he,
Did anything
in your
stick?
words,
Did
what,
anything stick?
no, just let me ask you, what was President Trump prosecuted
You
for?
spent show after show.
Why won't you answer the question?
We all know what the charges were, but we all know.
No, why- you just won't say it.
No, don't tell us we all know what the charges is. Say what the fucking charges was. See, because when you bring up the charges, they can't defend it. And when they do try to defend it, it doesn't make any sense. Because a lot of the shit that Trump got charged for and got convicted for, it was on his own time. Like he wasn't the president. And he did it to himself. Nobody did that shit. Nobody made this dude lie to the FBI and say, you know what? I gave y'all all the classified documents. And then come to find out, no, he didn't. So they made him lie? Come on, bro. Shit, we stuck on these mega people. They try to get us to be stuck on stupid. Fuck out of here with that shit, bro.
What was President Trump prosecuted
You
for?
spent show after show.
Why won't you answer the question?
We all know what the charges were, but we all know.
No, why won't you just won't say it?
It was BS. It was weaponization to the 10th
No,
degrees.
but you
So
can't
it was
just call it
absolutely
weaponization.
insane.
You won't even say what it was.
We all know
Pathetic.
what the charges were. We all know what the BS charges were. It was
So
political
Harrison,
retribution.
Harrison,
It was
no,
political
seriously.
prosecution.
First of all,
The likes of which that the
Hold on a
American people
second.
said absolutely not.
what
Not in
was
America.
former President
I'll be
Trump
honest
at the time
with you.
investigating?
We all know what the FBI did to his home.
Okay.
We all know.
I think it's very
what-
telling.
We all know what the Department of Justice
It's very
did,
telling.
and the American people
Hold on a
said
second, hold on a
absolutely.
second, Tara. It's very telling.
See, Abby's better than me because I'd have been like, hey, hold on, dude. Be quiet for a minute. Be quiet. You're basically just spilling lies, right? Or you're telling half truths. You're not telling the truth, right? You want to tell your false narrative truths. So be quiet. Everybody, please be quiet. I'd have stopped that whole fucking show because this dude is an asshole and he's literally not telling the whole truth or making up some bullshit. He's basically just lying. Trump got charged for a lot of that classified document shit because of him. He did that. And mind you, every president that goes in and the administration goes in to look at the papers because they got their own administration in. So they're looking at all the documents, what's missing and what's not missing. Nobody was searching for Donald Trump, saying he did something wrong. They went in there to every administration does to see where all the documents are. Right? The classified documents. Whatever documents, especially classified. They come to find out this nigga then took documents. He took thousands of undocumented documents. Nobody made him do that. Joe Biden made him do that. The Democrats did. The liberals did. Fuck out of here, bro. And then even they asked him, hey, DOJ asked him, hey, just send it back. He fought him for it for a little minute. Then he finally did send it back. Because the court told him he had to send it back. He lied to the court And he lied to the FBI. Said he sent it all. Come to find out, people in his own orbit snitched on him and said, no, he didn't send them all. And then the FBI, that's when they raided that shit. Come on, man. Fuck out of here with that shit. And the bad part about it, listen, I didn't even, the fucking DOJ under Biden was trash. Trump supposed to be in jail right now. This whole mega movement, this whole Republican shit supposed to be dead. Not literally, but you know what I mean. That shit supposed to be, it's supposed to be ended. They know about Trump. We aren't supposed to be talking about Trump and the Republican Party. Listen, this is Democrats' fault. Like I told you, this is the DOJ, this is Biden and them fault. Because like I said, if Biden was really weaponizing the DOJ or weaponizing the government like that, nigga, Trump would have been in jail. Fuck out of here. And mind you, you can't even say he was weaponizing because simple fact, this motherfucker was literally breaking laws. The fuck out of here. How the fuck 4 years? Oh, like, it took that long. Yo, all the evidence is there. What's the like, why are we taking this long to go to court? How the fuck New York, he get caught with them 34 shit. It didn't take that long. But somehow, him taking documents and all this other shit with the DOJ, it took this long. It took, they don't. Listen, first of all, if Biden weaponized the government, this shit would have, never mind, let's move on. I don't even know why we having these discussions.
We all know what the FBI did to his home. We all know.
I think it's very telling.
We all know what the Department of Justice
It's very
did.
telling.
And the American
Hold
people
on a
said
second, Tara. It's very telling.
First of
that
all,
you won't-
you know what I would ask them? I say, why did they go there? They just randomly, just because they was, you're just saying that the Biden, the DOJ was corrupt, right? They just randomly just ran up in and shit for no apparent reason. Okay, if that's the case, then why didn't Trump sue them? Why didn't the judge say it was unconstitutional or anything like that? They just ransacked this shit. They just did whatever they wanted to do. Why was that? They didn't just run up in Trump shit like that. They gave this man chances and chances over and over again to turn those them classified documents back to the government. He chose to lie about it. They wasn't even going to charge this nigga. People, they went into his house. To Mar-a-Lago and found out he had classified documents. So they're trying to say they fucked up all this shit and they ain't get nothing. They got classified documents that he stole and lied about. Yo, you can't even make this shit up with these mega people. They lost their damn mind. They gone. They still found classified documents in his house. All this shit they told me they Ramstead, they went in there and fucked all this shit up. They still found classified documents. Thousands of them that he lied about to the FBI. You can't even make this up. This time that we in, we're amongst people that just lie for, they just lie and the truth be right there and they just continue just to keep lying. Trying to keep pushing stupid ass narratives that already got debunked. That's why I say, talking to these Trump supporters, I don't even know why these people be on TV on some of these programs that I like. I understand why it is because CNN is ran through MAGA people, but the owner now. But I'm just saying, like, why you keep breaking these stupid ass people on there? And I get it. The other part is ratings. I get it. But it's just like, it's stupid. It's dumb. Like, I don't even understand why people that lean left or whatever that's not MAGA Republican over that Fox, I don't know why they over there. Like, you're dealing with a bunch of fucking nut jobs. Let's move on. And he won't, and mind you, she keep asking him the question over and over again. He won't answer it because he knows if he really tells the truth, it's okay for him to continue to keep lying. Go sit your ass down.
And even name the thing.
Oh, yes, it is.
Because it's important what the actual substance of it is.
It's important
You
to know
can't
that he's
just
the president of the
claim-
United States, and there was
you
no
can't just
charges
claim
that ever
that
stood
just
why he's
because
there today.
the investigation existed, that it is by definition political targeting. There was a reason he was investigated. It didn't, and you know what? It really didn't have to be that way. He was given on the documents cases, he was given
Which was
many
thrown out.
opportunities.
Which was thrown out.
He was given many
Which was thrown
opportunities
out.
to rectify that before it got to that stage. And on January, and Harrison, just a second, on January 6th.
Guys, the
Listen,
murder rate has just increased.
let me just say this. Trump's situation, right, as far as some document shit, that shit, it wouldn't even last that long. It probably wouldn't even got to court. He probably wouldn't even got his house raided, nothing like that. When they asked him for all the documents, all he had to do was give them back. That's all he had to do. He didn't have to do nothing else. He chose to be as corrupt as he always is. Trump is a fucking scam artist. He's a criminal. That's just who he is. Like, this whole notion we sitting there playing this game with these Trump supporters, he's been a criminal. Trump has supposed to have been locked up. All the criminal shit he has done. All the pedophile, like the peeping Tom pedophile. Nigga, it's my pageant. I can, I go backstage or whatever. What, with 14-year-olds? Yeah, it's my passion. I do what I want to do. What? Nigga has a parent as a 10-year-old. What? I don't give a fuck, it's your passion, motherfucker. I don't want you backstage watching my daughter get dressed and undressed. So grown ass man, you fucking listen, bro, and mind you, Trump supporters don't see nothing wrong with it. There's a lot of them fucking pedophiles. A lot of them probably incest motherfuckers, probably trying to fuck their daughters anyway. These motherfuckers is terrible human beings. Who the fuck wants to sit there and no, can't make this shit up.
Before it got to that stage. And on January, and Harrison, just a second, on January 6th.
Guys, the murder rate has just increased in Sesame Street. Burr is gone. Sorry, Ernie. Abby committed a massacre. Abby, this is beautiful. She just has to do this each and every time they don't want to answer a question. And look how embarrassing it is for them. Look at him. Does that look like somebody who's winning this argument? Because you corner them like
no,
the
problem is it's not even that he's embarrassed. Because he's not embarrassed. He's embarrassed in the moment of how people see how stupid he looks. And a lot of them niggas do. Right? But they're not that embarrassed. Because they gonna go back to their base and their base gonna tell them, you did a great job, and their friends or whoever it may be. You did a great job on CNN. did a great job. And that's going to motivate them again, and they're going to come back on the show and still say the stupid, dumb shit. Like, they're not getting shamed for the stupid shit they do, the cruel shit and the fucked up shit they do and say. They're not getting shamed for it. That's why I said I don't think I can sit down with a Trump supporter because I would cuss their ass out. Like, I would shame the shit out of them. Like, y'all the stupidest mother. You stupid, bro. Fuck are you talking about? Answer the fucking question. Like, it almost will come to the point where I say some shit that where a motherfucker get very offended. Because I would tell you, a stupid motherfucker. Just answer the question. But you can't sit down with these Trump supporters because they get you into it's like they gaslight you to get you angry. So it's like, okay, if you gaslighting me and I know you doing that, why I gotta sit down and explain anything to you? I understand that's their profession. I get that. But for me, I ain't got time for Trump supporters. That shit is weird. I don't even want to have a conversation with Trump supporters. It's stupid. It's not even worth it. Let's move on.
He refuses to not lap dance for Trump for 1 second. Guys, this is Scott Jennings' illegitimate child. A straight up boot gagger. As pointless as some of these panels may seem, guys, I don't believe they are. You have to paint a...
No, listen, he's right about that. And I keep saying that. But some of them are ignorant and just stupid. But the other part is the ones that... Listen, a lot of these people that come on these shows and shit, the CNNs and all that, they're not stupid. They sound stupid. They say stupid shit. But a lot of them are not stupid. Right? Some of them may be in a cult. Even though they ain't stupid, but they just in a cult. So they say stupid shit. Right? But they're not stupid. They know exactly what they're doing. Like, I'm not giving them passes anymore of that they stupid. Right? Especially these people that go on these panels and shit. Right? They're not stupid. They could be misinformed or maybe some word I'm looking for. Maybe, like I said, they could be they're in a cult, right? Like, it's none of it. It's like a cult, or they're just misinformed, right? But they're not stupid. They know exactly what they're doing. Right or wrong, they know what they're doing. It's like Scott Jennings. You don't think Scott Jennings is not stupid. He literally goes out there to say the shit that he says because it benefits him. It's like a sellout coon. They know them going against their own people is wrong, but they don't care because it benefits them. That don't make them stupid. It don't make them stupid. They sound stupid. They say stupid shit. But they ain't stupid. Because they know exactly what they doing. Nigga, I'm doing this shit for the money. You heard now, nigga, hey man, it's about money. I ain't say I was committed to Trump, but I say all his racist bullshit because I made that money. Like, they know. Snoop, try to look all the shit I did for the black community. You gonna switch on me for this? Yeah. Nigga. This money ain't everything. You think Snoop was stupid when he did that? He was misinformed? Or Nelly was misinformed? No, they wasn't. Them niggas knew. Stephen A., same shit. Candace Owens, all of them. They know. Listen, I got a clip of fucking Megyn Kelly sitting there pretending that she didn't know who Trump was. And that's why she's switching on him now. I got the clip. I just wanted to do this shit a little bit. Because I want, what's her name, Tara? I want her to start getting in their ass. That's the only reason I keep this clip going. But I want y'all to listen to Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly like literally acting like this shit knew what she's saying. This new news. Bitch, you knew. These people ain't stupid. Megyn Kelly is a lawyer. This woman is highly educated. She is very smart. She's been in the political field for damn near 30 years. She know. She intentionally jumped back on the Trump train. Politically. This bitch was X'd out of political side on both sides. And two, she turned and said, I'm back gonna be a Trumper. Even though Trump disrespected the shit out of her. If I'm her husband, bitch, we getting a divorce. You let this motherfucker disrespect you like that? And you think I'm supposed to be with you? And then you want to come home and tell me what I can and can't say, but you'll let this piece of shit disrespect? She couldn't be my wife. Her husband ain't shit. Let's move on. You need to do a deep background pause on that, but a background check on Megyn Kelly. Who the fuck is Megyn Kelly's husband? Because for this dude to allow his woman to get out there and whatever, man. This dude is a fucking bitch. Unless he believe in this nonsense shit. I don't give a fuck if I believe in something. Ain't nobody disrespecting my woman. My wife. Fuck out of here. Disrespecting my wife is disrespecting me. Fuck out of here. And I ain't letting no motherfucker disrespect me. I may let certain shit slide that my wife wouldn't let slide, but even though, nigga, she got a problem, I got a problem. Hey, disrespect my motherfucking wife. Okay. Anyway, let's move on.
Does that look like somebody who's winning this argument? Because you corner them like the rats they are. He refuses to not lap dance for Trump for 1 second. Guys, this is Scott Jennings' illegitimate child. A straight up boot gagger. As pointless as some of these panels may seem, guys, I don't believe they are. You have to paint a beautiful, simple portrait that anyone could understand. And that takes morons like Burr, who are overly emotional.
No, it's not even just that. The problem is, I will stop the whole show. I say, please, nobody talk, no disrespect to y'all, not trying to disrespect y'all. Nobody talks. Hey, answer my question. Like, I wouldn't let this motherfucker get away with him just keep talking and talking and talking and saying right-wing talking points and lies. I would stop the show on his ass. I would embarrass his ass. I would make the whole show about these embarrassing ass people. Excuse me. Anyway.
I'm bright and easily cornered. I mean, anyone can understand the image the painter here is trying to show you. It took 1 minute. He won't admit what Trump was prosecuted for because he knows it was justified. These people are straight up snakes. Law and order for thee, but not for me.
On January 6th, it was actually the Republican Party who said, hold on a second. Can you let me finish? Can you let me finish my thought?
It's not.
On January 6th, it was the Republican Party who said that a criminal case against Trump was the way to hold him accountable. You know who said that? Mitch McConnell on the Senate floor. So now Trump goes and pardons a bunch of people who were responsible for violence on January 6th.
Yeah, but what did that matter when Mitch McConnell came right back around and voted for Trump and supported him? Like, none of that shit makes, I don't care what Mitch McConnell said or any of them Republicans. They turn right back around. Scott Jennings, it's like, I will always tell Scott Jennings, I can't take you serious about what you say no more. Your word don't mean nothing because you was the same dude that was on CNN and said what Trump did was fucked up. It was out of pocket. It was damn near traitor shit. He crossed the line, and he can't come back from that. And you turn right back around, not even 2 or 3 years later, and jump back on that bandwagon. It ain't nothing that Scott Jennings can say to me that I would take him serious. Scott Jennings is a joke. And any of these mega people, you are a joke. This dude is a traitor. And all them January said, I don't give a fuck you pardon them or not. They still traitors. I hope they hear my shit. You are traitors. Ashley Babbitt, I don't give a fuck she did. She's a traitor. That's her legacy. I don't give a fuck. Trump, DOJ, or whoever paid her family. I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. They traitors for taking the money. You know who your fucking family member was? That bitch a traitor. Fuck out of here. Her husband, all of them, traitors. Mama, daddy, traitors. Fuck them. Aunts, uncles, whoever fuck with her. Fuck them. Ain't nobody, I wouldn't play with these people. First of all, I don't play with them at all. But if I'm happy, I won't play with these people. You are traitors. I'd have called Scott Jennings a traitor on the show. You're a traitor. Just like Donald Trump. That's why you support him. And you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite, a liar, and a traitor. Fuck you. Fuck are we talking about? Your morals ain't on my morals. On the level of my morals. Fuck you. Let's move on.
Those people now are eligible for this fund. Many of them say they want tens of millions of dollars from the federal government in exchange for their prosecution, their trial by jury, their conviction, all of that. They want tens of millions of dollars from taxpayers. And even Republicans say this stinks to the high heavens.
I actually kind of respect Republicans, some Republicans, and I heard it a little bit in your voice for saying a little bit of that, sticking to what they consider to be those fiscal conservative roots. But I mean, it all stinks of what America knows about President Trump.
First of all, I don't respect no Republican. Even the ones that Dick Cheney, Liz Cheney, all of them. Anybody still consider themselves a Republican, you can kiss my ass. Even the chick Tara, whoever she is. I think she said she ain't a Republican no more, but I could be wrong. But if you still consider yourself a Republican, the fuck out of here. Even if you say I'm a conservative, what do that even mean anymore? What that mean? You're being a conservative always been unpopular in this country. So I don't understand. But anyway, let's move on.
Heard it a little bit in your voice for saying a little bit of that, sticking to what they consider to be those fiscal conservative roots. But I mean, it all stinks of what America knows about President Trump, which is that he has been the most corrupt president that America has ever had. You can look like that and look to the side. The data say so.
What data point?
Yes, polling data. We pollster. We poll on these.
Polling data.
Yes,
Subjective
yes.
polling data.
No, it's not.
Give him specific data points. Like, you're
Listen.
racist.
He's the one that made.
Listen, people only care about data when it supports them, right? I always say it's an asterisk when it comes to polling, right? Because polling is not always accurate. That's why it's an asterisk behind it. Even if it fits your point of view, right, or your agenda, or not, it's always an asterisk behind it. So I'm not the biggest poll person, right? I don't think it's 100% accurate, but a lot of the polls show that this motherfucker is not popular in the country, other than MAGA. People, listen, always tell people, it's three different types of polls. It's reality polls, is that shit that want to play both sides polls, right? And then you got the real pole of evil, right? The truth, like, of evil, of how motherfuckers really feel, regardless if they got high polls or not. Like Trump, as far as his mega base, yes, his mega base and shit is 90-some%. 90-some%. But that in between shit, it's about 60. Then the poll that I actually go by a lot of the times, listen, more than half of the country is not fucking with Trump. They like, yo, this nigga, even some of the MAGAs, they gone too far. But I'm saying the MAGA people, how? This is what he always. I told you he was gonna get more extreme. Trump ain't got shit to lose. This nigga is 80-something years old. It seemed like he allegedly he got health issues. Right? He old. 80-something years old, he allegedly got health issues. And he not gonna be president no more. Trump don't give a fuck. And we said this shit. A lot of people like me said this shit before he got elected. For damn it 3 years we said this shit. Before the election. And now y'all all of a sudden, some of y'all all of a sudden like, oh, he crossed lines? What? No, Trump is doing exactly what I thought he was going to do. What, matter of fact, not even just thought. I knew he was going to do a lot of this shit. That's why I tell y'all, none of this shit shocks me. Let's move on.
Well, 54% of America think that President Trump is corrupt, and that is from a survey of national survey of the
Biden family.
It was much lower. It was, I think,
Okay.
I think it was like 47%.
And listen to the oversight hearings,
Okay.
the web of LLCs.
Biden's not in power anymore. They're focused
So
on
we're
him.
gonna ignore what just happened before
Well,
the
let's
last
Right.
let me just put it this
And
way.
they keep
Look at-
bringing up Biden. Biden not the president. Right? Why we keep bringing up Biden? Biden got nothing to do of any of the polls about Donald Trump. Nothing. This is about him, his actions, what he does. How the fuck this got to do with anything about Biden? Oh, Barack Obama, Clinton. Nigga, this is you. This is Trump. They ain't president. Listen, do y'all understand that Trump has control of he the president? He got control of the government, the Supreme Court, the Senate, and the House. What the fuck that got to do with Democrats at all, or Biden, or anybody? You're running shit. How the fuck is it still Democrats' fault? Because they calling out certain shit? That's not their fault. Or why he's doing fuck shit? Why he's polling low? Nigga, that was on Fox News and said this nigga's polling low. Fuck out of here. Anyway, let's move on.
And
The data is easy. You guys been getting creamed like hostess in all these elections since Trump came into office. I mean, demolished. You guys may even lose the Texas Senate seat.
Let me say this. When you're in a cult and you're delusional, right? You don't even believe in polls that look bad for you, right? You only believe in the good polls that look good for you, right? It's almost like you only believe in the good shit that, or you'll find shit on the internet to prove your point, right? That's all Mega is doing. Reality got to hit for them, right? That's why I say I understand people, we got a lot of people, even black folks. I know we got our issues with the Democrat Party. We have to make a statement to racists and bigots in this country and MAGA. Nah, bitch, this ain't cool. Yeah, we got our issues over there, but this shit y'all doing, this shit ain't cool at all. So we gotta vote Democrat. And I say that. Some people get mad at me. Some of these YouTube niggas, they get upset. Why you FBA niggas? Hey, first of all, nigga, if you don't vote, you can't tell me shit. If you don't vote, you can't tell me shit. Right? Now, we supposed black people already are sitting by allowing this shit to just happen. Everything in the country. We just sitting back chilling. We already allowing it. But we still have a duty of our ancestors to fight for what's right, what's right and what's righteous. We gotta honor our ancestors. This shit is wrong, even though we sitting back and we letting a lot of this shit just happen. Right? But listen, we can't be cruel like these motherfuckers. Vote Democrat. Now, we get back to, after we get Democrats in there, to hold them bitches accountable and get their ass out of there. We can do that. But right now, we got evil people literally in office through the government and the states. We got to get rid of these people. Listen, the Supreme Court, these Republicans, they are evil. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? What's the conversation we having? Like I said, black people, we still got to do our part. Even though we ain't speaking up for a lot of shit, and we saying these niggas, y'all, a lot of these minorities, a lot of people, you're on your own. But we still got to do our part. And we doing that shit not because of them. We doing this shit off our ancestors. We don't let our ancestors, all the shit they fought for and died for, die in vain. So listen, I ain't got no big issue with the FBAs and shit like that, because I love those brothers and sisters. But a lot of their ideology be like, come on, bro. Unless don't you niggas is gonna lead the country, or you gonna find a way for all black people to lead this country and go back to Africa or some shit, like any of them continents, then then you can't tell us, the rest of us, a lot of us, like, we shouldn't vote, we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't do that. We disrespecting our ancestors. And don't bring up Malcolm X. Malcolm X was starting to see the light. Him and Martin got together and they was getting ready to create some shit. But they got assassinated and killed. And that's why a lot of us are all here fucked up. Not even just in the streets. Politically, we all fucked up. We lost our leaders. So we pretend these niggas that get money in these positions, or these, excuse me, some of these FBA niggas is leaders. You're not. You don't look at the big picture. Listen, I stand with my people, but some shit we gotta respect our ancestors on. And for a lot of these FBA niggas sitting there talking about, oh, fuck this, we ain't vote, we ain't doing that. Like, you niggas, well, you disrespecting our ancestors. You keep saying we foundational. So Martin Luther King won that? Malcolm X won that? A lot of our civil rights people that died and got hung, murdered. Like, come on, bro. You actually helping white supremacy. You actually helping that shit. We have to stay engaged with the political shit that's going on. That's what I told you. Listen, people, I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I'm not an FBA nigga. I don't represent that shit because I can't agree with a lot of that shit they do. But I support the movement in a way, right? I would support my people. I understand what they're trying to do, but you can't just disrespect our ancestors like that. And a lot of them may not know it, but you are doing that. Nigga, we fought for voting. People died for this shit. Listen, and let me just say this. It ain't all white people's fault that we are misinformed about voting. A lot of this shit is our fault. A lot of it is our fault. We understand America is a racist country. The system is racist, systemic. We get that. I know that. I never deny that. I'll be ignorant. I won't be a Tim Scott. Like, you get what I mean? Wouldn't even go close to that. Right? But don't be ignorant until we don't pose the vote. And if we, listen, the majority of us, if we don't vote, yes, it'll fuck a lot of shit up in this country. But until we all kind of have an idea saying, look, we ain't vote for either party, unless we all come to an agreement on that, then no FBA niggas can tell other black people they don't supposed to vote. The fuck out of here with that. Listen, you think I'm a Democrat or I'm leading black people in the wrong way because I told black people we need to vote Democrat. Listen, nigga, I'm looking at an enemy where everything that our ancestors fought and died for is got destroyed in a year and a half. In a year and a half. And y'all want to sit here, some of you FBA niggas want to sit here and pretend that shit don't matter. It does matter. You see the ambit of these police officers disrespecting black people, white people that's racist, walking around, a lot of these minority motherfuckers walking around and just being literally racist and bigot to us. And they don't give a fuck at all. And y'all, it don't matter, huh? Okay. Listen, that shit is all good when like, some of you FBA niggas, if you ain't willing to die for the cause, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Put your life on the line with it, and then we can talk. And if you ain't about that, then you can't tell me what I'm saying is wrong. Because I want to put my life on it when it comes to my people. I ain't gonna watch no black person get their ass beat in front of me. I don't give a fuck they pointing a gun. Shoot me. Unless you willing to die for some shit, I don't understand. Please stop telling me I'm wrong. Some of you FBA niggas, or a lot of y'all, I really, at this point, that's why I'm not a pro-black nigga, because you niggas really don't get it. It's easy to get into some shit, oh, we pro-black. We about our people. I get that. Yeah, of course we about our people. But understand, nigga, we don't live in this country by ourselves. Now, I got to the point, ain't nobody our ally. I get that. But nigga, don't act like we don't supposed to keep fighting for shit. Just want black people to stop what? Doing what? You ain't even got half of the fucking black community on the same page of not just protesting shit. When we supposed to, nigga, stop spending our money. But you can't do that with some of our black folks because they poor. They hurting out this bitch. And a lot of them raised wrong. So, what? Unless you put that work into the community, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Anyway, people, give me 1 second. My bad, people. I'm back. Nah, listen, and I want to get this right. I want to make this shit very clear. I'm not against FBAs. And my problem is nigga, I don't have to agree with everything. And just because I don't agree with everything doesn't make me a sellout. Nah. Just because I don't agree with them, I don't think they're a sellout. Or they don't agree with everything what I'm saying, they're a sellout. Right? Like, we can have that conversation amongst our people. But this whole notion that we get to just randomly use that word and call people sellouts because some fact we disagree on certain shit. Because like I said, when my people, a lot of them was FBAs through the internet. Like, I was on that shit. Probably before them. Or part of what they was doing at that time. And we was like, hey man, these other immigrants, minorities, you on your own. And I still ride with that. I'm still on that. That came from the FBAs. And I ride with that. They right about that. And we ain't got no allies. I'm with that. That came from the FBAs. So, yeah, like, don't get that shit twisted. Just because I criticize certain shit from the FBAs, nigga, I'm with my people. It's just certain shit I disagree with. And I've been doing this politics shit for damn near over 10 years. And I'm telling you, us not voting this time around or staying home or, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. And the shit going to get worse for us if we don't show up in this next election, in this midterm shit. If we don't show up, it's going to get worse. And then that shit it's affecting us, but it really will affect us if we keep allowing these people to be in office. Because it's not affecting us as much, but it will if we don't vote to get these motherfuckers up out of here. That's a country shit. That ain't just a specific state. That's a country shit of black people. We gotta get our ass out and vote. And Democrat. We can't vote for Republicans. Sorry. They are too corrupt. Anyway, let's move on.
That's how bad you guys are doing. Papi Talarico is coming for you.
To some of the alleged self-dealing that's happening right now with Trump and his family a little bit later in the show. So we'll be able to litigate that a little bit later. But you know, the courts are speaking up right now about some of these things. And we just talked about this IRS situation, the settlement. There's also Trump slapping his name on the Kennedy Center, which is actually a much more black and white situation. The judge said the statute makes it crystal clear that the center is named for President Kennedy. Congress gave it its name, Congress can change it. Trump actually seems to acknowledge this and just seems to throw his hand.
First of all, the judge just told him, matter of fact, they ain't just told him, they took that shit down. They took Trump's name down. I told you he's doing a lot of unconstitutional shit. Listen, you know how insecure as a man you gotta be. You want to put your name next to another motherfucker that would not agree with you at all for your policy. The motherfucker got mad because Barack Obama, for damn near 5, probably a little longer than that, was putting a center up in Chicago that he helped create. And this nigga criticized that because he doesn't have nothing. Nobody in no community, they want him to rep. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, that's not true. Why Trump don't go to Florida and build something there? Or any of these red states? Why they won't do it? They always want to do it in a Democrat state. They don't like you there. Why would you want to put something there? Because listen, I keep saying this. People don't listen. No disrespect, people that live in red states. Listen, y'all are not that popular outside of y'all states. Them uppity New York motherfuckers, them uppity East Coast motherfuckers, or even West Coast motherfuckers, them elites, they think less of people in the South. Regardless if you black or white, that's what they do. That's how they be feeling. So why do you think these people care about y'all like that? But you know, the South is the South, bro. It is what it is. Like I said, there's some good shit in the South, but there's a lot of horrible shit in the South. Honestly. I told y'all the most progressive area of the country is probably the West Coast. Anything over there in the West, it's probably more progressive. But even the East Coast is not progressive as they supposed to be. Because they let immigrants get away with shit that they shouldn't allow them to get away with. And I'm not talking about coming over here illegal and all that shit and sanctuary cities. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about culture-wise. They shouldn't allow. But, or not even allow, but the disrespect that they show American culture, which is black culture. American culture is black culture. However you want to look at it. You got some immigrants come over and talk about we stole white culture. They didn't have no culture. They stole everything. If you think they got any of the culture that white Americans have, they have stolen it. They have stolen from the Native Americans. They have stolen from black Americans. They have stolen everything. Shit, they steal y'all shit. The fuck? But anyway, let's move on.
The statute makes it crystal clear that the center is named for President Kennedy. Congress gave it its name, Congress can change it. Trump actually seems to acknowledge this and just seems to throw his hands up in this Truth Social post saying he's given Congress full responsibility for the operation, maintenance, and management of the Kennedy Center, which I'm not sure they relinquished at any point, but that is, yeah, that's what he says.
So a few things here. One, as someone who is a patron of the arts, who loves the Kennedy Center, who was heartbroken to see it destroyed under Donald Trump for this personal vanity project, and for him to desecrate a living memorial to John F. Kennedy the way he did, in a tacky way, like he always does. I'm talking now. Thank you.
Just let her finish.
So, I'm really glad to see that.
But see, that's what they do. They don't like what they hear, these MAGAs, so they interrupt. Listen, let me just say this. John F. K. is a motherfucking, is a legend, right? Trump is trying to, just think about that shit. He tried to put his name next to somebody that is a legend. Like, he ain't just I'm sorry, John F. K. ain't just a legend. He's iconic. Ain't nothing iconic about Trump. Nothing. Like I keep saying, what good that Donald Trump has done? Like this, he's no different than the Ku Klux Klan. He's no different than what's the little in the closet dude that got his name on the FBI shit? Damn, I can't think of his name right now. Y'all help me out in the chat, people. They got the building name at them. That motherfucker shouldn't have no building name at him. He was a fraud. And he was an inner closet homosexual. And I'm not holding that against him being a homosexual, inner closet homosexual, but you get what I mean? He was a part of it's okay to kill gay people, even though he was gay. Like, come on, bro. Like, some of these people should not be named anymore. Yeah, you can be in the history books and shit like that. We get it. You can even throw them in the museums. But they should not be having buildings named after them and schools and streets and shit named after them. These people was horrible people. They did nothing good. Nothing. Even if they did good, they did more horrible shit than they did good. Listen, unless I need the money to work on Martin Luther King Day, I'll work on it. But I'll never work on Martin Luther King Day unless I really need to work that day. But the fuck out of here. That should be a day that nobody worked. Ain't like Martin Luther King was nobody. I don't like that shit. Nigga, if we still out here taking off Christopher Columbus Day and all that other shit, even on Christopher Columbus Day, we shouldn't work. Black people shouldn't. Take off. Everybody. All black people take off. Unless you need the money. I get it. Christopher Columbus is a horrible person. George Washington Day and all that shit. Anyway, let's move on.
Judge looked at this and said, absolutely not, because Trump violated the law. You had Congresswoman Joyce Beatty out there, who was the only congressional person on the board left over, because Trump fired everyone. That's by statute, out there fighting for this. I was glad to see my friends over there, Norm Eisen and Katie Fagg and those folks, taking this to court and winning. So, I hope that the Kennedy Center is restored to the glory that it deserves to be in. And that's not, you didn't need to put his name on it to do it illegally. And also, there's a lot of other things that they did, the grift going on inside, what Richard Goodell did to the Kennedy Center, the permanent art collection that no one knows where that is. I mean, it's a mess, and I hope it's restored. Two other things I want to address. One, shame on you for saying January 6th is the date that we don't care about and shouldn't. How dare you, okay? How dare you? How dare you, okay? Don't you, I mean, really, okay? I hope it, I wonder if you would be that arrogant in front of the families whose lives have been ruined by that, and the officers who put
I
their
was
lives
there on
behind.
January 6th as a
And-
congressional staffer.
If you lost a brother there, what would you do?
I'm not gonna be gaslit. I'm not gonna be gaslit.
Well, first of all, if that's the case, if you was there, then you would have more empathy and sympathy to those families that lost people and the families that got do you understand? Listen, do y'all understand what happened to those? Listen, I'm not a law enforcement person, right? And just because a law enforcement person is fucked up doesn't mean they family fucked up, like they wife or they kids and shit. That got nothing to do with that, right? Just because that individual was fucked up, I don't blame the whole damn family for that, right? Listen, do y'all understand that those families had to deal with their person, right? Their family member that got terrorized and fucked up, that can't sleep, right? They fucked up. Like they gone. And they dealing with psychological damage because of that shit. Though, who you think taking care of them? Who you think got to deal with that shit? They family got to deal with that, not your bitch ass. Oh, I was there. But that means you don't care because of the shit that's coming out your mouth and how disrespectful that is to those families. And like she said, you tell those families that, but you won't. You're going to tell, oh, I was there too. If you would tell those families, I was there too, what the fuck do that mean? When you still defend a motherfucker that pardoned everybody that was a part of hurting their family member. You still support them and defend them. The fuck out of here, bro. Like he got some type of credibility. Oh, I was there. That don't mean shit. Shit, Mitch McConnell was there. A lot of them Republicans was there. The fucking the terrorizing shit that them January 6th people did, and these motherfuckers still turned around and supported Donald Trump and voted for him. Campaigned for him, everything. What that mean? What that mean because you was there? Don't mean shit. And like she said, tell those families that. You tell them that you even was there and you still support the motherfucker that helped created that whole bullshit. Excuse me. Let's move on.
Would be that arrogant in front of the families whose lives have been ruined by that, and the officers who put
I
their
was
lives
there on
behind.
January 6th as a
And-
congressional staffer.
If you lost a brother there, what would you do?
I'm not gonna be gaslit. I'm not gonna be gaslit by you or you. As someone who grew up in a house of law enforcement, my mother was a 9/11 first
And
responder.
my grandfather.
So what? Nigga, I got niggas that serve in the military. I got motherfuckers that family members are police officers. What the fuck do that mean? It doesn't mean nothing. I got family members, homeboys that are but they're not my homeboys no more. Or I don't fuck with them as a family member because they law enforcement. And I ain't saying they out here doing the corrupt shit that a lot of these law enforcement do, but they're part of the system, and I don't hear them speaking out. And I know these family members, I know these friends. You there for a job. You're not there to make change. So you got in a position for whatever fuck reason you got into it for. I had conversations with my family members about it. That's why I don't go around. Because I don't want that confrontation. Because they already know where I stand. I know where they stand. Okay, cool. So it doesn't mean shit. I got family that served in the military. Fuck are you talking about? Don't mean nothing. Don't change what the fuck it is. It doesn't change shit. That's like a motherfucker say, oh, I grew up around black people all my life, but you ain't never been discriminated like a black person. It is impossible for you to have that experience. It's impossible. You couldn't never know how a black person could feel of being discriminated against. In this country, it ain't no race. There's no race. You see all the sellout ass black people, we don't fuck with them. They get backlash even from us. But not from y'all, like the other minorities. Y'all don't get backlash like that. That's why y'all continue to do what y'all do. But a lot of them continue to do what they do. But anyway, let's move on.
I'm not gonna be gaslit. I'm not gonna be gaslit by you or you. As someone who grew up in a house of law enforcement, my mother was a 9/11 first responder
And my
who
grandfather
survived on that day.
officer,
I'm not gonna be gaslit by you
husband's a federal
on who was harmed that day.
You're not me.
It was not
Guys,
great.
guys, just one second.
And then we moved
Hold
on.
on,
We'll let the viewers
Then
decide.
they just moved on from
Just one
January.
second.
He said we moved on from January 6th. Who's we? People like you? Ask those families that lost people, that those families still dealing with, they family members that's still dealing with mental issues that's disrupting their family dynamic because their loved ones can't mentally get themselves together. You moved on from it. Okay, but don't say we. You have. And people like you. Well, a lot of people didn't move on from that. They can't because they dealing with it. It's like telling the fucking soldier that come home, get over it. Get over what you dealt with. You don't tell a fucking soldier that, a veteran that. Somebody that went through something mentally like that. But see, as I said, they don't listen. That shit is all bullshit. A lot of these people, they ain't go through nothing, or they don't care about the people that went through it. They ain't go through shit, or they don't care about the people that actually been through it. And just because you can get through some shit, right, as a person, right, as an individual, just because you can get through it doesn't mean everybody else can get through it. Right? So that's where the empathy and sympathy comes in at. Or that not being selfish shit. I can get through a lot of shit. I don't, listen, I deal with death very different than other people. People don't deal with it the way I do. But I can't knock how they feel. I can't say that's not affecting them. Because I deal with it differently. The fuck out of here. Listen, I can sit there and say I've been through probably 10 times more death than a lot of people. That don't matter. You don't, listen, people emotions when tragic shit happen. I don't give a fuck how many times you've been through it and how you can deal with it. You're only supposed to support those people. Don't tell them, oh, just get over it. I got over it. The fuck that mean? You don't even tell people that. People may ask you that's going through it how you get over it or how you live with it. And half of the time, people that tell you they got over death or somebody asks them how you get over the death of this or whatever, right? Over the situation or the person or whatever, right? A lot of times people tell you, you never get over it. You just learn to live with it. That's the correct answer. Nobody gets over death, bro. People that you lost, you never get over that. Never get over it. You learn how to deal with it, but you never get over it. You learn how to understand, life got to move on to a certain extent, right? And everybody deals with death. I always tell people, everybody deals with death differently. You can't tell a person how long they deal with death, how long it's going to affect them. You can't tell them, got to get over it. What? Listen, I know people, their spouse died and they wind up killing themselves because they can't live without their spouse. So who the fuck am I to tell somebody, oh, just get over it because I know how to deal with death the way I deal with it. The fuck, that don't mean nothing. And every death is different to certain people. So people be weird. And for this dude to say that, like, oh, we got over it. Who's we, nigga? Oh, MAGA? Oh, okay, cool. That makes sense. That don't make it right, but it makes sense. You have no humanity, no empathy, or nothing. You don't care about others. It's all about you.
Harrison, guys, all right, I'm gonna just stop it for a second because we just can't hear between.
Yeah, your mom created a punk ass sellout. You hear him? Move on. Just like, you know what that reminds me of? Just like what they say about racism. It's over. Slavery's been over for how many years? Just move on. They got this puppy trained well. I mean, what's the surprise with this bootlicking fool bird?
Listen, I didn't even think about bringing that up. But he right about that. It's like they tell black people, get over the slavery. Or you was never a slave. But I understand the history of our people and I understand how that should have affected me. I know my history. I know how that shit affected my family. To where even that, to this point to where I'm at. You get what I mean? So it's just so disrespectful. But like I said, they don't have no humanity, they don't have no sympathy, and they don't respect others. So that's why I be treating MAGAs the way I do. Fuck out of here, bro.
Aaron Donalds, he learned from the best on how to be a good little boy. Guys, do I have to do it? DJ Bobby, hit that track.
When they see peace starting to break out again around the world, they're going to be like, this is the stability that we were asking for. Daddy's back. And that's what you're going to see.
So you just touched on it. Is tomorrow
you see this? The display of weakness these guys have to show? I mean, this is what it means to be a conservative or a Republican these days. This is who they are. These people are traitorous. No morals whatsoever. They don't care about...
Nigga, I don't even call my daddy. My daddy. I call him dad or, I say dad. I don't call him no daddy. Fuck it. Anyway, these niggas is weird. But like I said, they got a lot of inner closet homosexual shit that they're dealing with, and they scared to bring it out because for whatever weird reason. Like we in the best time ever to be a homosexual. I just don't understand. Believe it or not, I really don't understand. people that's in the closet homosexuals. Like, fuck that shit. Fuck hiding that shit. Be who you are. The sexuality at this point, nigga, be what you want to be. Seriously. You know the crazy shit about it? Even if I was a very religious person and I thought that gay people, what they doing is a sin, right? What is the difference from people that serve for the military and they kill innocent people by mistake? What's the difference? What's the difference? You murdered, you killed somebody, you took their life. It's no difference than somebody that's a homosexual, right? Because a sin is a sin, right? And the Bible and all that shit, right? So, like, that's what throws me off from these people. And like I said, I'm not God. Mind you, all these religious people that talk all this religious stuff that they talk about, right? Some of them is true to that shit, but a lot of them not. Understand, people, none of these people, even if they true to it, they genuinely believe in it, they ain't never met their God. Regardless of what religion it is, they ain't never met him. Never met God. Met their God. They never met him. So they all sitting here down there like the Tooth Fairy. Or Santa Claus. Same shit. And I'm not trying to downplay religion and shit like that, but I'm saying of the point of they never met the Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny. Oh God, they never met him. They never talked to him. If they lie, listen, if they say they did, they lying. They ain't never talked to him. Ever. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with believing in your religion. Nothing wrong with it. But when you start pushing that shit and telling everybody that they bad and they horrible people, the fuck out of here. Now I got a problem with that. I got a problem with that shit. All these fake ass religious ass people out here. And that's a lot of, they all phony. They ain't never met God a day in their life, but they want to sit there and tell you, well, this is what God would have wanted. How the fuck you know? You ain't never met him. Call him up right now. Like, you just got the devil in you, not spiritually. I know people that actually literally believe in Christianity and believe in God. And they'll tell you they ain't never talked to God. But, you know, the fake religious people tell you, they really don't believe that's why they ain't talk to God. What? The fuck out of here, bro. Let's move on, y'all.
Anything but being in power and robbing the American people in favor of the rich. And again, I think it's important to show these kinds of Republicans because unfortunately, these are the Republicans of today. Tara is an old school Republican, and she isn't what the Republican Party of today represents. It's evolved into
like I said, she's not a Republican anymore. She's literally not a Republican. I think now she's not a Democrat either. I think she vote Democrat, but I don't think she don't represent the Republican Party anymore. At all. She don't fuck with that shit. Now, like you said, she's like an old school type of Republican. That shit still bothering me in a way. But anyway, let's move on.
It's an outright cult. But don't worry, guys, this movement is dying. Who knows what comes from it, but the writing's on the wall for these people, as they say.
The two of you yelling at each other.
Listen, like I said, it will be. like I said, as long as the Republicans continue to push the shit that they pushing with authoritarian type of shit, yeah, this shit will be over because nobody likes to be dictated in a way. Even some of the megas, they don't like to be dictated like that. Like, so, yeah, regardless of how horrible a lot of them megas are, they still don't like to be dictated like that. Or we disagree with Trump, or now we enemies. And you're starting to see that shit. But like I said, that's what authoritarian is. But the problem is, like, why do y'all didn't understand that? It was okay y'all be authoritarian to others, but now it's happening to you, and now you got a problem with it. That's my issue with them. That's my problem with these maggots that all of a sudden, you know, felt the light, I guess. But anyway, let's move on.
I just want to ask you a pretty straightforward question. This is getting to her point about the impact of that day on real Americans and on law enforcement. Do you acknowledge that on January 6th, Capitol police officers were assaulted and brutalized by the rioters who were there that
I
day?
acknowledge that it was a terrible day for our nation's history. What
Do you-
happened?
that's not the question that I asked you.
Yes.
Okay, so you
I did.
acknowledge that law enforcement officers. No, hold on a second.
Why is it so hard?
One second, let's just get through this.
This is
So the answer is,
America against
the
ICE
answer-
agents, against NYPD
so,
officers,
hey, all
and you
I'm-
guys completely ignore it.
Harrison, hey, all I'm
I
asking
saw
is that
agents
you
cops every
care
single day of my
about law
life.
enforcement officers who are ICE
ICE?
officers, who are beat cops, you should
They
also
were
care
a couple
about
people.
Capitol police officers whose lives were forever changed.
Listen, if law enforcement, and see, that's the thing they try to do, try to tangle it the same. If I don't give a fuck if they ICE agents, this is why I don't fuck with law enforcement, period. Listen, if you got law enforcement out there shooting motherfucking parents because they protesting and you don't like the way they protesting, they ain't violent. Then you make up some shit, they getting violent. You want to snatch you out the car, all that shit. Like, dude, stop, man. It's a difference. It is a difference. It is listen, and the thing they try to do is compare, you know, people fighting against the justice system because they don't corrupt shit to the point that where the motherfuckers that actually literally did corrupt shit to the police, they actually beat the police. They outnumbered the police. They fucked the police up. And Trump stood by and allowed it to happen. So I'm trying to figure out, why is he keep trying to defend this shit? Because he's immoral. My mind, he's supposed to be religious. He's supposed to care about cops, that, you know, Blue Lives Matter. Bullshit. Only when them cops is on your side. Only when they on your side of your people that you're supposed to represent. Listen, people, that January 6th shit, why y'all think they call that as the darkest time in history in this country? One of the darkest times in history. Why y'all think that? Because of the simple fact, bro, the last time you seen some shit like that from 99% of white people doing some shit like that against the government was the Confederate. That's why a lot of people look at that shit like, what the fuck? Oh, that's white folks. The last time y'all seen some shit like 9/11 was when the Confederates went against the United States through slavery. That's the last time you seen that. It's the only time you've seen that. Where white people literally went against their government. Come on, man. Mind you, these are the same people that defend the Confederate. That's why I said, like, it's not even shocking that they're defending January 6 people. These are the same people that say, you're trying to erase. Anytime I hear the mega people, excuse me, even these Republicans talking about, oh, we need to keep these statues up and keep all this shit up and everything, the school, name of the schools and everything. Anytime I hear them say that, right, all I hear is that y'all want us to keep glorifying racists. To black people, that's what it comes to me as a black person. That's all I hear. Because there's no way, like, we can talk about, listen, in American history, listen, think about this. They want to get rid of slavery, right? They don't want to talk about slavery and shit like that. Okay, fine. You want to keep saying, oh, we can't tear down these statues, this and that. But if people dig down into their history of who these people are that y'all trying to keep their statues up, we gonna find out that they was traitors to the country. They was racist. They was slave owners. So I'm trying to figure out, if black people bringing it up, what's the issue? Because at the end of the day, we still gonna find out who they were. Oh, I'm sorry, you want to lie about who they were. You just want to talk about the good shit. What's the good shit they did? Or they created the Constitution. So what? We can break down the Constitution. They didn't create the Constitution for black people. These are facts. They was racist. So it brings up back slavery and all that other shit. So you want to ignore all that shit. You want to ignore what we're talking about, but it still wouldn't matter because it will always come back up. Because that's the history of white Americans in this country. Not saying all white people are racist, but it is your history. See, what you don't like is okay that we sit there, y'all can sit there and say, oh, white or black people, just get certain black people in gangs and shit like that, Crips and Bloods, that's how all they are. That's in their culture. But now we're saying, when it comes up, it's in y'all culture who y'all is. Y'all, it's in your culture. Like, we're not saying all y'all racist. We're not saying all y'all slave owners. We're not saying that. We're saying that's y'all culture, though, in America, in white culture. White Americans, that's y'all culture. It's a big part of y'all culture. But y'all don't like that, though. But it's okay for y'all to take gang Crips and Bloods and say that, oh, that, you know, that's a part of black culture. It's okay to do that. But it ain't okay for us to say, oh, you know, in y'all culture, that's who y'all are. I mean, that's who y'all culture are. Y'all culture is white supremacy, racism. That's who y'all ancestors are, slave owners. That's y'all culture. Y'all stole. You didn't create shit. You stole from every minority that came here. Or was taken from the other countries to come in. Mainly us. See, we were stolen. All other races of people, they came here and they thought they was better than us. They thought they was the new niggas. other than the Native Americans. Now, mind you, the Mexicans, the Latinos, y'all, like I said, y'all had Puerto Rico, a lot of this shit, LA, all that shit. This was y'all shit. Y'all fought. Y'all had a war for it. And y'all people cowered out. So I'm trying to figure out why you mad at black people. We didn't even fight in that war. Because we was lesser than y'all. So I'm just trying to tell you, how y'all so mad at us? That was one of the wars that we didn't fight in. That they don't talk about. They talk about black people for the Dirty War. We didn't fight in that war where the Native Americans, we didn't fight in that war. What happened to them? We didn't fight in that war. First of all, we was on the side of the Native Americans. Some of us was here already. So we didn't fight in that war. We didn't fight with them. We fought with the Native Americans. Even when it happened to the Mexicans and the Puerto Ricans, we didn't even fight in that war. At all. At all. When they took land from y'all. We didn't fight in those wars. Nigga, they didn't trust us to fight in those wars. In that war that was against y'all. They didn't trust black people. The fuck are you talking about? We ain't fighting them in the two wars that really affected, that actually helped create America in a way. We didn't fight in those wars because we was oppressed. The Native American shit, we was oppressed. And then crazy shit, we did fight with the Native Americans. They took all our shit. And then even in the Mexicans and shit, the LA, all that shit, we didn't fight in those wars, bro. We was oppressed. They didn't trust us to do that. To fight in the war with them. Don't do your fucking history about black people, black Americans here. Africans, black Africans that was here. We didn't do none of that. We wasn't even a part of that shit. And that's why I'll be listen, I know why, but that's why I'll be understanding that why they be so mad at black. A lot of these Latinos be mad at black people or black Americans. What you mad at us for? We didn't do shit. These motherfuckers be hating on black people, and I don't even understand that shit. I mean, I understand it, but I'm wondering why. What the fuck? We are not your enemy. We've been telling y'all this shit for generations and hundreds of years. We've been telling y'all this shit. You mad at the wrong motherfuckers. You siding with the wrong motherfuckers. We keep telling y'all that. Y'all keep getting upset at us. Like, for what? We didn't do none of this shit to y'all. They come to Mexico, everything. When was black people enslaving anybody in Puerto Rico and Mexico? When we did that? Should we know that black people was oppressed in every country? Even Mexico. Y'all don't want to talk about that though, huh? But it is what it is. They like to talk down on black Americans like we owe y'all something. We don't owe y'all motherfuckers nothing. Listen, I want to make this very, very clear. It's not to disrespect everybody in the Mexican community, the Puerto Rican community, or any minorities. Listen, we black Americans don't owe y'all shit. We don't owe y'all a motherfucking thing. The world don't even have democracy without us. In some of these countries, they don't have democracy without us. That's why I said, even when you talk about Martin Luther King, nigga, put some fucking respect on his name. And them civil rights motherfuckers, nigga, that came from them. You motherfuckers, y'all got this shit twisted. Even when slavery, that shit came from us. Y'all, listen, even though we was so low down to a boat, but that came from us fighting. That's why we was like, they look better like, damn, our black people ain't get free this time. Yeah, we didn't. Because they was lying, saying we was free. That's why Juneteenth, they hate Juneteenth. That's why all the racists hate Juneteenth. Why do you think they hate it? Because they tell the whole truth when black people got freed. Literally. When it was literally free. They got this whole shit. They want us to be on 4th of July and all that bullshit. Because it don't add up. It don't add up, my people. That's why they so mad at Juneteenth. Because Juneteenth tell the truth. Because the motherfuckers really got to do their history. And then they get mad that black people proud of that day. Because we know the history. Or a lot of us now know the history. They hate that shit. That's why they mad. Juneteenth, they don't do 4th of July. They got to make their own shit. We didn't make it. It was actually factual. Juneteenth is actually factual. 4th of July is actually a false narrative. But you don't want to deal with that, huh, racist white people? Fuck out of here. Listen, if I could work 4th of July, I would work it. Honestly. I'll work 4th of July. I actually will work, make some money. 4th of July is a fraud. That shit is a fraud. That's for white people to feel better about themselves. And nothing to do with black people. And they did that shit for almost 100 years. Over 100 years they did that shit. Bamboozle black people to think that, oh, that's when we was free. Bullshit. It was never free. On 4th of July, go do the history. It was never free. Never free. But they want to tell you we was free, yo. No, but lie. That's why they hate Juneteenth. The Juneteenth tell them the truth. When black people was actually free, that's why they hate it. They hate anything that black people do. We feel free. We feel like we can love, you know, we can care about some shit. They hate that shit. All races, they always got something to say. What you mad about Juneteenth for? They got nothing to do with you. But it actually do. It actually shows how racist they are. That's why they mad. They've been lied to. We've been lied to. And they mad about it. You know, it is what it is. Like I said, nigga, I don't go to work on Juneteenth. And of course, we're going to go to work on 4th of July, but I don't go to work on Juneteenth. I don't give a fuck I got work. I don't work on Juneteenth. That shit's a holiday to me. Sorry. And I'll tell all black people, don't go to work on that day. Unless you have to, because I know, you know, you got bills. But nigga, fuck that. Take that day off. Mind you, gotta understand. 4th of July is a lot. They automatically you off that day, regardless of wherever you work. Right? It's rare that people work. I ain't gonna say that because you got people that work at fast food restaurants. So that's not true. So yeah, but majority of people don't work on fucking 4th of July. But don't let these racist white people lie to y'all, man. They mad. Listen, the whole reason they mad at Juneteenth is that Juneteenth tell the whole truth, right? They know that's when black people free, and they don't like black people feeling free They don't like black people feeling good about themselves. They hate that shit. They don't want us to have no confidence in ourselves or our people. They don't give a fuck about it, but we got support, 4th of July, they racist lies. Just trying to tell y'all, man. Don't let them people lie to y'all, man. That shit is crazy to me. I never understood that. All right, people. I want to get this one clip with Megyn Kelly real quick. Let's see if I can get it. Hold on. Okay, I think I got it. All right, this is that shit with Mega that bothers me. And they lie and they pretend that they all of a sudden they mad at Trump now. Like, you can't be mad at Trump because he did exactly what he was supposed to do, because you're a racist. Megyn Kelly is a racist. Hold on, people. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, people. I'm back. I'm gonna get out of here with this. I want y'all to hear this Megyn Kelly bullshit. Or like how she tried to play like she didn't know who Trump was and shit. But anyway, let's move on.
Talk about a glass house. I mean, Trump has cheated on every wife he's had. He met Marla Maples while he was still married to the mother of his children, Ivana.
There are a lot of ne'er-do-wells out there who are attention seekers, who are clout chasers, who are turning on Donald Trump. Now that they see the writing on the wall, now that they see that Donald Trump is wounded, that he is no longer backed by the American people, now they want to criticize Donald Trump. And among these attention-seeking clout chasers, this Megyn Kelly is the worst. Megyn Kelly may be the worst. I'm not going to say that definitively. But she is absolutely just a little clout goblin. Megyn Kelly is a clout goblin. Man, that is ripe for a YouTube
No, it's actually worse because you don't hear Marjorie Taylor Greene calling him out on this type of shit that Megyn Kelly is saying. Right? She's just talking about Ghana, Israel or whatever, or, the Epstein files. It's not who he is, right? They're not criticizing Trump of being a fraud, of a sexual assault there and shit like that, like or somebody that cheated on their wife. They're like Marjorie Greene and them type of people. They're not even calling Trump out on that. That's why she's even worse, because she knew who Trump was. Like I said, Trump disrespected the shit out of this woman. And I want to know who her husband is that will allow her to keep supporting this dude and defending him. Like, you ain't divorced this woman yet? Like, this shit is crazy. But anyway, let's move on.
Or a title of a video. Maybe that's what it'll be. Megyn Kelly wants you to believe, after having championed Donald Trump as a candidate, after having attended multiple Trump rallies, we'll get to that. She's going on her show now that the Iran war is wildly unpopular to try to take the piss out of Donald Trump, claiming that, talking about the all the affairs and how he's not
And listen, mind you, and he's correct, because that's what's bothering me. Is like, all right, you mad at him for the war thing, but now you taking shots at him for some shit you already knew that he did. How that shit makes sense? You knew who Trump was. This shit that she's saying, she already knew. So why are you taking shots at him now for that? Like, you already knew who he was. You supported him, even though you knew who he was. He cheated on all his wives. You knew that. Mind you, Megyn Kelly come out and talk about Christianity and all that shit. And talk about how Trump love Christianity and all that shit. She did all that shit. And now you fell out with Trump because I don't even, listen, it's not even, I don't know. She's drifting because the simple fact, she see the writing on the wall with Trump. A lot of these fucking MAGA people, they was MAGA. And now all of a sudden, Mount Charlie Green, all of them. Now you, what? Now Trump is this? No, he been that. But anyway, let's move on.
Moral man, and he's not a good man for president, knowing all the things we've known for years. She's not breaking news here. We've known about the allegations that he raped his own wife because his head was sore because of a scalp reduction surgery in the 80s or what. We know this. We know about all of the many, multiple dozens of sexual assault allegations against him. We know now about the credible accusations that he raped a child. We know this now. And so did Megyn Kelly know it. She used to be a journalist with Fox News. But if you listen to this, you'd be like, wow, she's just figuring this out. Good for her. Let's support Megyn Kelly in her turn against Donald Trump. And I would caution you to not do that. Because this isn't new information. What you're getting ready to hear Megyn Kelly say is something that you would have heard me say for years. So why?
And just shout out to Dollar More. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the White Brother channel. Right? I've been saying this shit for years. I've been doing this politics shit for years. I've been saying this about Trump. These accusations that she's saying and all the shit she's saying, I've been saying this shit was been accurate then. Right? Like like this shit been out there. We been knew this shit. And it was accurate. It wasn't no lie. That's why the Trump administration can't sue me. Nigga, I know this shit is a fact. Right? They can try, but they'll lose. And then I'll resue them for, like, you know what I mean? But, motherfucker, we've been knowing this about you. These are facts. Megyn Kelly, all of a sudden, now the shit that we've been saying, and, Dollar More and people like us been saying, all of a sudden now, this shit is factual to you? This shit is truthful? What she's saying is she already knew it already, and she let that shit slide because she was making money. Or whatever the reason that she ignored that shit and stood by this dude. But like I said, Megyn Kelly is a racist. Megyn Kelly is a racist. And I told you a lot of these people that support Trump, they are racist. It's not that they don't know what Trump did morally, shit is immoral or whatever. They know. They don't care about it because they're racist. and they're bigoted. That's all Trump supporters. They got their own personal reason of why they support Donald Trump and ignore the inhumane shit that he does. They know this shit. They already know. That's why when Megyn Kelly come out, that's why Charlotte Delamo, he's saying, like, what the fuck are you talking about, bitch? We've been doing this. Paraphrasing. But everybody been talking about this. This shit been here. What you talking about? All of a sudden now you bringing up his past with women? We've been saying this. And it been factual. And so now you get it because what? You turned against us, so somehow you think that we gonna ride with you or we gonna come together on some shit? The fuck out of here, Megyn Kelly. You are a racist. You fuck with Trump on racism and bigotry. That's what you did. It wasn't about no fucking policy. Even now, you don't fuck with Trump over, you say you don't fuck with Trump because of certain policies. No, that's not why you're not fucking with Trump. You're not fucking with Trump because you see, because you smart. Like I told you, Megyn Kelly ain't stupid. She see what this motherfucker is doing and how corrupt he's doing, this shit ain't gonna work. She see the writing on the wall. That's why she switching over and doing what she doing. She see the writing on the wall, people. Come on. Trump been a racist. He been a bigot. He been cheating on his wives. She been knowing that. But she didn't care about it because she's a fucking racist. All she cared about was racism and bigotry. And now all of a sudden she cared about him cheating on his wives and shit. But get the fuck out of here with that shit. Anyway, let's move on.
Would we give her a pass now that it's easy to come against Donald Trump when the rest of the world and the country, even MAGA world, is turning on him? It just, she's chasing clout constantly. She's just another Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's just another Tucker Carlson. She's just another Candace Owens. She's just another one of these clout-chasing attention seekers to turn against Donald Trump.
And that's what bothered me about the Young Turks with Anna and Jean. Y'all don't see this shit? All the shit they saying about Trump or what he doing, y'all been calling this shit out. Oh, because now they on our side. What that means? What do that mean? They don't have no power. Listen, if this shit come up, let's say any one of them want to run for president or whatever, that shit gonna come up. Y'all gonna ride with them? Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? I'm talking about the Young Turks, Jane and Anna. What the fuck y'all doing? Y'all gonna vote for them if they run for president because they agree with you on this? On these certain things? What the fuck wrong with y'all? Now they seem to like. They been knew. They been knew how corrupt Trump was. The fuck out of here. All the disgusting shit. Even when it comes to the war. Come on, man. And first of all, you listen, like I said, I could break this shit down and I'll destroy them in a debate. Tucker Carlson hate Jews. He talk bad about Jews all the time. So him going at the Jews right now, what the fuck do that even mean? He going at the Israel. What that mean? You hate Jews. I'm not shocked that you're against Israel. They just give you an excuse now because of the Israel government doing foul fucked up shit. So it makes it seem like you're right. Nigga, First of all, I ain't stupid like that. And like I said, I don't think Cenk and Anna that stupid. They got a right-wing dude that's telling them they got to move that way to make money. And that's why they doing this shit. They doing it for money. Fuck out of here. I remember Anna say, I don't make no money here. And now she probably making a little bit more money than she used to make. Of her drifting. Real talk. Standing on business and standing on real shit don't make you no money. I'm a prime example of it, people. I do not give a fuck about I don't care about like how can I put this? I don't give a fuck about, monetizing. People tell me all the time, monetizing shit. First of all, I do too much cussing. I do all the shit that they won't monetize my shit. Shit, I ain't even monetized right now. And fucking YouTube hit me up and be like, oh, you crossed the line with certain shit. I just know I can't monetize. Because I ain't going to be fake like that. It just ain't going to be. I don't got no time to be giving a fuck about that shit. Real is real. So, yeah. That's why they doing that shit. You see a lot of these niggas on YouTube and a lot of these niggas on social media shit and these podcasts, they don't really tell how they really, really feel. So we can go to Patreon, because they can get over there. They gonna make money over there, say some real shit. But it ain't the money they gonna make to being on YouTube when they gotta compromise themselves. And that's a lot of motherfuckers. Fuck out of here. A lot of them. I ain't trying to fuck that. I don't need that. I don't need the money. And like I told you, my shit ain't as big as it's supposed to be because I don't compromise like that. I'm not selling out like that. You ain't gonna tell me how I get to speak. Now, I know certain shit I can't say. I get that. But that's just on some respectful, moral shit for me. Right? I wouldn't want to say that. For certain shit, right? But, yeah. But I'm not going to stop with what I kind of do who makes me, how people fuck with me. And ain't got to be a lot of motherfuckers. Right? But it's certain people I'll fuck with me. Keep it real. I'm not doing that. But motherfuckers will do that. They have done it. So they sold to this shit. YouTube told them, you can't say this and can't say that. You only can get the money like this. But yeah, okay. But Trump can sit there and steal all the money. Elon Musk can make billions and trillions of dollars off us. But he can still go on his platform and say all types of horrible shit. The fuck out of here. But they on YouTube, they don't know we can't do that and we can't do this. Fuck YouTube. And I stand on that. You don't check none of them motherfuckers. No, they can't do this and get. Well, they won't come over here and do that. Okay, well, I do it. What you gonna do? Gonna kick me off? I don't make no money off of YouTube. I don't give a fuck about it. I just try to reach people. I don't give a fuck about the money. Let's move on.
Trump, watch this first.
Talk about a glass house. I mean, Trump has cheated on every wife he's had. He met Marla Maples while he was still married to the mother of his children, Ivana.
Right.
It was all over the New York papers. I'm from New York, upstate
Right.
New York, but I was in New York when this all went down the city. And he was like being touted, like he was proud of the affair. It was all over the papers.
Mhm.
So
Right. Now, mind you, everything she's saying, she knew. It wasn't some shit that she don't know. Even as she trying to speak about it, you knew who this dude was. And you still voted for him. You still supported him. And I guarantee you probably will vote for him again. Because you're a fucking bigot and a racist. Megyn Kelly is a racist. These are facts. I ain't gotta make that up. And I wish she would try to sue me. You are racist. You fucking horrible bitch. You anorexic ass bitch. Look like you need to eat. And you sitting there trying to criticize Donald Trump. Bitch, you voted for him. You support him. And now, no. Let's move on.
And by the way, Ivana, his first wife, accused him of raping her. That she alleged in her first book that he was so angry over the hair transplant he got that she made him get. It was so painful.
None of that is new. None of that is new, Megyn Kelly. And you know it ain't new. You knew it. That should have disqualified his ass right there. And I don't give a fuck. She took it back. Yeah, it's controversial. Like, I can see how people like, oh, excuse me. I can see how people like, oh, well, you know. She said he raped her, but then she take it back once he ran for president. But for years that shit been out. For years. This shit happened in 92, 3 or something. He ran for president almost 20-something years later. And then she finally took the shit back when he was running for president. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Come on, man. Let's move on.
Raped her. And she later retracted that when he ran for president, but that stood on the books for some time. I don't know whether that's true or not. I'm just saying, clearly not a great relationship there.
Right.
And then
if you know it ain't true or not, then why are you bringing it up? Why are you bringing it up? Why are you bringing it up? If you don't think it's true or not, then why you bring it up? Listen, like I said, people, allegedly, right? But the woman was his ex-wife said that shit in a divorce shit. That's a fact. My opinion, I believe he did it. My opinion, I believe he did it. I believe he raped her. Because this dude got the attitude and the shit that he has been doing of when the motherfuckers, listen, when a motherfucker say, I own the pageant. I own it. And I can do what I want to do with children. We're talking about teen children. He say, oh, I can go in there. Yeah, I own it. I can do whatever I want to do. People, this is documented that he said. Even if it's not teenager, grown-ass women, why would you say, oh, I got the right to go in there? Because I own the pageant. Why would you want to do that? Like, come on, man. That ain't a red flag for anybody. They're saying, oh, I own a pageant. I can do whatever I want to do, regardless if they women or not. Women are getting dressed in a pageant. They don't want no fucking creep going in there and say, oh, I own a pageant. I get to watch y'all get undressed. Like, come on, y'all. Come on, man. And you don't think this dude is a pedophile? He on some pedophile type shit? Come on, man. That shit is crazy. Nobody says that. Even if it was for children or women that's in the pageant. Who the fuck says that? Or I own the shit. I can just go up in there anytime I want to. It was just locker room talk. That's what they say. Oh, it's just bragging. Who the fuck is bragging like that? Trump is a grown-ass man at this point. The fuck you bragging about? Well, I can just go up into locker rooms anytime I want because I own it. Who the fuck cares? That shit is creepy. That's like if I got a wife and a peasant, nigga, I'm not okay with Trump saying that I can just walk up and nigga, I'm more of an issue with that as a grown ass man and my wife being a grown ass woman. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, man? Anyway.
Up with Melania and, if you think Trump's been faithful to Melania, okay, that's great. You got bigger issues than I can solve here.
Right.
But so the nerve, like the nerve to act for him to be.
She even said it. She said, whatever, try to brush it off. She even said, she know that Trump was being unfaithful to Melania Trump, the so-called first lady. That bitch ain't no first lady. Did y'all ever see this bitch? No, you don't. You don't see her. She pop up here and there. And the bitch people try to act like she's better than Michelle Obama. At least Michelle Obama was there. You seen her. You don't see this bitch. And that bitch is complicit into Trump shit too. That's why when the Epstein shit come up, nigga, she don't like that shit. Because who you think introduced her to Trump? Epstein. Think about that. Like I said, don't let these people fool y'all, man. All of a sudden, she remember they was begging. They was begging on Fox News. Oh, maybe Michelle Obama come out and defend Melania Trump. For what? This bitch was a part of saying her husband. She was a part of her husband going at the Michelle Obama husband and her family of saying that her husband was not a real American. She literally did that. What you asking? You asking Michelle Obama? Yeah, I know she put this shit out there. They go low, they go high, but you asking for way too much on that. When this woman was a part of disrespecting her husband, or basically saying he wasn't a real true American, and disrespecting her kids. And her. She went along with that shit. But you want Michelle Obama to do what? I don't understand these fucking racists. I don't understand them. You want Michelle to do what? These motherfuckers they lost their mind. They out their damn mind. I don't know why they think you can disrespect people and think that they're supposed to support you in what? In what way? Melania Trump was a part of the birtherism shit. She disrespected not just Barack Obama, she disrespected that whole family. And y'all want her to do what? Have her back? What? Because she say she gonna, when they go low, we go high. Fuck out of here. You see, Michelle ain't do it. For what? For what? That's all I'm saying. For what? What Michelle gotta do? For what? What she gotta do? Why she gotta show all this humanity and love and shit and support when Melania Trump don't even do any of that at all? She was on the side of disrespecting Michelle Obama and Barack and her whole family. For you can call it political reasons, you call it whatever, but it was a lie, and she ran with it. So, and never apologized or nothing. So, what the fuck we talking about here? Michelle don't owe that bitch shit. fuck that bitch. Just like I said, her whole purpose is to hoping that Trump die. And she gonna get that money, her and her sons and shit. Like I said, it's gonna be a big uproar. Unless Trump got his motherfucking his shit intact. Let me think. Unless Trump got his whole damn, I can't think. I don't know what the fuck I can't think because it's time for me to go to fucking bed. But he unless he got his whole life insurance and shit intact, you know what I mean? That woman gonna really take all his shit. But now I ain't gonna take all the shit. But she gonna get a lot of money. And them kids gonna be real mad. Or was she gonna be old? But I think she got shit separate to like with her kids. Like I think Trump gonna leave everything to his kids. I think that, right? I think he got it set up like that. But she getting a lot of shit that they gonna be mad about. That's gonna be a fight. Because I think that she gonna get some shit that they don't think that she's supposed to get. But it is what it is. She gonna get shit that their moms ain't get. That's what bothered me even about Trump kids. How much he disrespected your fucking moms. How he disrespected them, and y'all are still okay with this dude? But like I said, they drifted too. They pieces of shit. They racist. So it is what it is. Anyway, people, I'm out, man. Leave your comments, hit that like button, support your boys, your boy, Mr. OBI. Peace and love to the world.